on lurk, your goo will go to sleep. Ah, egg titty! Ah, egg in my face! Why? But I do. But your goon will go to sleep, and then if you want to come back, you just type back, and your goo will wake back up. Bounce. Oh, they get rid of it. All right. Let's see here. I think that's about where we had it. Look at the little sleeping goose. The little sleeping goose. Oh. Everybody be quiet. They're sleeping. The babies are sleeping on my titties. Which is, as we know, one of the most comfortable places to sleep. They're very soft and pillowy. Alright, we're gonna do a new game. We're gonna jump in here. And I'm going to do my best to make actively different decisions. But I also have a shit memory, so we'll see how this goes. Disclaimer, streaming content creators should set their music. Oh, that's right. Let me... Game capture. Sorry, Twitch. You will not get this game capture. This is a demo of the Touchstarved prologue and not the finished product. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Content warning for those of you not aware. Click. Touchstarved is intended for an older audience. It contains mature content that concludes, but is not limited to, horror, graphic violence, strong language, alcohol, and drug references, injury, and dismemberment. Player discretion is advised. If you accept the content warning, please click to proceed. Tutorial, I can skip this because I know this is our second playthrough. I will again be Pally. Choose pronouns. I was they, them last time. I'll go with my secondary pronouns this time of, wait. I'll do he, him this time. Alright. The world has begun to unravel long before you were born. It all started with fogfall. Spectral mist bled from... Actually, sorry, one second. Options. I'm going to make the text a little faster. So remember it going a little slow last time. Spectral mist bled from the seams where reality wore so thin it split. And from that fog emerged monsters, inhuman beings with unnatural powers, and they are all, for some reason, undeniably sexy. Some possessed language and intellect. Others were mindless beasts driven by little more than bloodshed. Others had just redonkulous titties. As unrest spread and cities fell, humans cowered in fear while monsters thrived amid the chaos. And then there's you. You don't know what you are, but one terrible truth is certain. You were born cursed, with hands that alter the minds of those who touch. Choose your backstory. Alright. Last time we were the Exile. I'm gonna go with the Fallen Oracle this time. You were raised as an oracle in a remote temple. The priests claimed your touch bestowed enlightenment, but a visiting mage revealed your curse for what it is. Spurred on by the mage's words, you fled in search of the Cenobium. You regularly experience unnatural premonitions that rattle your body and soul. And an sixth sense gives you heightened awareness of hidden supernatural presences. Alright. I was told that this probably doesn't change too much, but we'll see. Your name is Pally. You selected he, him pronouns. Your backstory is the unnamed. Is this correct? Yup. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. I could say death doesn't scare me, but honestly, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the wastes. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. I can hide my hands and deflect probing questions. Yeah, that's what my hope is as well. That it'll, like, this is a demo. This is just like a little preview. But sooner or later, people always suspect something strange about me. As rations grew sparse and canteens ran dry, tensions rose. Despair began to set in until I saw it. Iridia, the city of knowledge, one of the last bastions of humanity left in the world and home to the famous academy called the Cenobium. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's there. All that stands between me and a new life is a final stretch of salt-soaked wastes. Or so I think, until I see the first tendrils of fog sneaking beneath the wagon. Is this fogfall? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it. A silent storm, more devastating fire. Dangers in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. The art is incredibly pretty. They do a really good mixture of 3D and 2D. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, snuffing out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence, heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back! No! The cry dissolves into wet gurgling. Okay, here comes my one true love! Then the wagon finally pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard, the air punched from my lungs. When I open my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. A trader I once shared bread with lies face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strips of torn muscle, gleaming gristle, and exposed bone. Bodies litter the wasteland. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blinding, while white blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes finally adjust do I see the dark shape before me. Hot! A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravaner. I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twitch in my direction and blink at once. Such pretty eyes. And a lovely voice, too. I know! It's tragic! The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and charges me. But right before it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. A horse screams in the distance. I need to move now. Last time I run for the city, so this time we're gonna head towards the wagon. I take cover beside the wagon where the air is thick with greasy smoke. Fire eats through the gaping hull, sputtering where lantern oil mixes with brackish water. Every person I see is dead or dying, except one. Oh, All-Mother, forgive our sins. Guide us unto your hearth. We are worthy. We are worthy. A traveler grovels by the flames, their hands clasped above their head in fervent prayer. I glance upwards toward the gauzy lights of Iridia, just visible where the fog runs thinnest. I don't pray, not anymore, but the sight of the city is all the reminder I need. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source. The fog ball twists and stretches sound. Suddenly, the caravanner's drivers burst forward the fog. Our eyes meet too late. He knocks me to the ground and slips in a patch of mud. Solus instantly falls on him. It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with razor-sharp claws. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera in a steaming tide. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit! My hand catches on the jagged edge of a rib jutting from the water. Bandages unfurl around the gouge, torn deep into my palm. But the pain's quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Can you stand? The praying traveler leans over me. We need to run. They reach for my hand, and I realize too late that my bandages have come undone. No! Don't touch me! The sensation of their thumb brushing the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch, and in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. Their lips peel back into a deranged grin. No, I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse, madness of my own making. Their grip of my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. Hi, Umbral! Let me go! Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Die, die, die! Spit bubbles at the corner of their mouths and flecks my face. The edges of my visions darken as my lungs shriek for air. Scream for help if I don't scream for help this time. Help! I try to scream, but the fingers squeezing my windpipe cut me off. The more I struggle, the tighter their grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm going to die. And not because of the Fogfell or the Soulless, but because of my curse. Tears sting my eyes. No, 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 not here. Not like this. The kinkiest shit of all! Murder! But then their hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. My vision clears, and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine, lips still split, and that macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give one last shuddering breath, then slump over the claws hooked through their stomach. I mean, how can I not be attracted with a little growl rumble like that? The Soulless shoves the body aside, its glowing eyes narrow as though squinting. There's a flash of claws, red spills across my vision. I thought there'd be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I can feel is the grit of silt filling my mouth and the icy embrace of shallow water. I spot an arm resting among the outcrop of reeds, mine neatly severed at the elbow. I should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Instead, I'll die cold and alone in a desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. If this is death, it's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion, until all thought and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me in madness and terror, nothing at all. The thought has a terrible appeal to it. But I take a reflexive breath and air pours into my lungs, then out again in a ragged gasp. Feeling comes flooding back, warm cloth on my bare skin, a firm surface underneath me, a strange tang of sulfur in the air. Do not be afraid. I twist my head towards the voice. Tears flood my bleary eyes at the bright glow of lamplight. Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding, but more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is, and I'm completely at their mercy. Stay away from me! My words come out in little more than a creaky whisper. I forgot the direction again! I clamp my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound. No. No? What? Who the hell is this? Sit up, lie back down. Lie back down! I let myself slump back against the thin pillow, wincing when the motion jolts my head. Oh, cooperative patient. Thank you. The words swim in one ear and out the other without much comprehension. I pull the sheet up higher, wiping my eyes until my vision clears. The stranger towers over my prone form, warm light limbs his pristine medical coat. I instinctively shrink back, and that's when I realize that I'm completely naked except for a thin linen sheet. Naked, lying on a low cot, with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. Very. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hands. And not my exposed, unbandaged breasts! Rude! I plunged my hand under the sheet. That was too late. He must have noticed what they looked like. Strange, cursed, inhuman. I brace myself for his inevitable disgust, but his courteous smile lingers. He just watches in placid silence as I struggle to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm. Be calm. You're safe here. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. I've never been safe anywhere with anyone. Even the shrine of my childhood turned out to be a horrific lie. I scowl, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the papers in his hands. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds where I found you, but I procured replacements. With a soft creak, he rises from his chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. This looks like a medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemical concoctions line the counters in neat rows. The air makes my nose twitch, a faint whiff of smoke and something distinctly metallic. The doctor produces a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look at him. Thank you. Could you step out? I said thank you. I think I said, can you step out last time, so thank you. I should be polite if I can, especially since I don't know who this is and what he can do or what he wants with me. Meeting his gaze sends a hot frisson down my spine. What the hell is that word? Something about him nags at me like a half-formed memory I can't place. Thank you. You're very welcome. I will leave you to get dressed. With a curt nod, he leaves through a narrow door. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch on my elbow stops me short. I reach down absent-mindedly to rub it, then freeze as my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. I know what I saw. That beast took my arm clean off. And yet, the limb shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. This is impossible. I should be dead, at the very least, gasping out my last breaths. I squeeze my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up and find myself bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happens. The seconds tick by, my arm remains resolutely healed, my surroundings pristine and quiet. In numb disbelief, I grab the replacement clothes and begin stiffly pulling them on. They're thicker and warmer than mine were, bundled in a black woolen cloak, but there's one thing I'm still missing: my bandages. The doctor didn't leave me with any, though I know he saw my hands. I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps towards one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere. I start opening drawers at random, and of course, that's when the door swings open. Are you looking for something? I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump against the cot. Your caution is understandable, though if I meant you any harm, you would know. That doesn't make me feel better in the slightest. But he makes no move toward me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hands. The glowing scars and mottled skin disappear under a layer of clean white cotton. May I ask why you need additional bandages? I can help if you tell me what ails you. I doubt it. Traveling to Iridia was a gamble born of desperation rather than hope. Nothing has come close to curing my curse. And yet, my left arm twitches. The arm that was severed before my very eyes. The doctor's unblinking gaze follows my every move. It's clear he won't drop this without some sort of answer. The bandages protect me, and they warn others to stay away. I tried every way of covering my hands, and this works best. Most people avoid touching me as soon as they see the bandages. An illness, then. Or a less mundane affliction, spread by contact. I flinch. It doesn't sound surprised, and that's far too close to the truth for comfort. Glare at him, decline to answer. Decline to answer! Well, it's personal, and I don't really want to get into it. I've treated every affliction under the sun. I may have answers that you do not. An involuntary snort of laughter escaped me. Where would I even begin? What would he even believe me? Why would he even believe me if I told him? I shake my head. I need to know more about this doctor before he figures me out. Who are you? You may call me Kurash. And where exactly am I? Iridia, which I assume was your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go. To know how old the doctor is. That's a very fair question. He looks young, but in a game like this. Iridia, so I made it to the City of Knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How did I end up here? I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You need immediate treatment. I'm just gonna point out the golden eyes. I have a theory that might make me like the doctor more. We'll see. Which you provided. Yes. He said it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. I frown and flex the fingers on my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine. Thoroughly attached to me. You're saying that you stitched my arm back on? Pardon? The souls attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. I was terribly worried. But when I woke up here, I trailed off bewildered. I never heard of any magic that could heal a mortal wound. The doctor, Karash, pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down in his chair, quiet for a long time. I do not know where you come from, but Iridia is a city of knowledge, and deadly secrets and like. Information is power, and one should not give or receive it freely. Since you refuse to divulge your secrets, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name. I was just... You were new to Iridia, so overlook this specific breach of etiquette. Do not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand? He glances at my freshly bandaged hands. Loath though I am to admit it, he has a point. I'm a complete stranger to him, yet he saved my life. I take a deep, steadying breath. This time, when I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. Pali. My name is Pali. It is a pleasure to meet you, Pali. There's a little more warmth in his smile. His polite demeanor back in an instant. Thank you for saving me. Why did you save me? I think I said thank you last time, actually, so I'm going to go with why. If there's anything I've learned, it's that everybody wants something. With this world in such peril, no one reaches out a hand without expecting something in return. Can I ask why you saved me? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Crush. Maybe I did say the same thing. Damn. Oh well. Bow wow! Hey Jazz! Welcome in, welcome in! Bow wow wow! Bow wow! Bow wow! I'm Puppy Dog. Bow wow. I could hardly leave you to die in the waste. Actually, you know what? I can go back. That's right. Thank you for saving me. Since I'm pretty sure I did say that last time. Thank you for saving my life. I chance to smile in return, even if you won't explain how he did the impossible. There's no doubt in my mind that I'd be dead if not for Karash. Aw, thank you for the pets! Think nothing of it. I'm not sure if he's just being excessively courteous, but his words only raise more urgent questions. That's... I don't know why that was... I'm gonna allow that word. I don't know what the hell that was. I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't know me. I don't know! That's not a word I have blocked! I only have locations blocked. The question seemed to startle Karash. I could hardly leave you to die in the wastes. Hey, Trix! Welcome back! Enjoy the lurk! Enjoy your little sleeping goo! They didn't like the special characters. Mean! Assisting those in need is the very essence of doctor's duty. I've never met a doctor who has handed out free clothes. I've never met a doctor that handed out free editing. Yes, I made that joke last time. It is still true. My fingers find the edge of the cloak. There's a subtle but delicately embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what price Karash might demand for such well-made clothes. No, I suppose not. Forgive me, forgive my presumption. I rarely come across such a fascinating patient. I blink. What did he just say? I simply meant that few would cling to life so resolutely, or brave such a perilous journey to Iridia. I could not help being curious about you, Pally. His voice dips to a soft murmur, and he abruptly looks away from me. You're pretty curious yourself. I don't know what to say to that. You're pretty curious yourself. I don't remember what I said. You're pretty curious yourself. Am I? Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. I will my intact fingers at him. I did do that last time. Oh well, we're just gonna keep moving. Clearly not. But you haven't asked me for any payment either. I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and leaving you destitute in a strange place would be unethical. I fall silent, unsure of what to say. Nobody would help a horror like me for free. There has to be some kind of catch or trick. Right? A loud knock at the front door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls. Unfortunately, you are not my only patient today. I missed the yandere, or did I miss them? I don't know that we have technically a yandere yet. The knocking grows more insistent, and Karash lets out a tired sigh. Please wait. Though he says it quietly, the clamor on the other side of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything before we leave, Pally? Oh, between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I'd almost forgotten why I came to Iridia in the first place. I need directions to the Cenobium. The Cenobium. The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. Whatever you seek, it is very unlikely you'll find it there. So, okay, my initial theory here, because what's weird to me is like how he found me in the middle of the wastes with no one around. I'm like, is he like a soulless himself? But you know, like a were soulless type thing? That is my current theory. He does have golden eyes that kind of match the soulless. Just saying. Just saying. The gates won't open for the precious few visitors. And even if they open for you, you would not like what you found inside. My heart sinks. Is he saying that I came all this way for nothing? Risk life and limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I've only just arrived, and Rid is the largest city still standing. Right? If it was, I'd be like, A's, I'm sorry, I don't know. You're gonna have to fight a little harder, boy. Cause that's a whole new level of monster that I'm into. Exactly! There has to be a cure for me here. Then if not the Cenobium, where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Iridia? I shake my head. Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the Wetwick and ask for Leander, the leader of the Adder Stone. Excuse me? The what? The Wetwick. I'll wear my wick. He sounds deeply unamused. What's for the guy who likes monsters? A monster. Exactly. I mean, technically A's is a monster, but like I said, they're like tier 1. Follow the Adderstone postings. They are difficult to miss. When you need Leander, tell him I sent you. That isn't much to go on, but Karash points towards the back door. Oh, the back door, huh? You will be safe so long as you do not draw attention to yourself. That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Though he's smiling, there's a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slip out the back door. Alright, we're gonna take our first ad break now before we continue on. So I'm gonna want we'll during the commercial break we'll have a little battle royale for subscribers that don't gotta sit through ads. So stick around and we will be right back in 3. Alright, and we're back. Congratulations to Attack Poodle and the bot for winning. You guys can't get beat by a bot. Someone kill Stream Elements. Go for it. I'm gonna give full permission. Kill him. Kill the bot. Anyways, moving right along. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up over my nose, stepping over the contents of empty chamber pots. The imposter among us. Something weighs heavily inside one of the cloak pockets. My coin purse. Every last coin that I'd scraped together for the journey to Iridia is still inside. The purse doesn't even look like it was opened. There were so few coins to begin with, they probably weren't worth stealing. I glanced back at the clinic's closed door. Karash didn't take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. But he also said that in Iridia, secrets are powered. Does he expect me to give up mine at some point? That's not exactly a comforting thought. Still, no matter why he did it, Karash gave me a second chance and a lead on where I might find help. I'd better get going before he changes his mind. I squeeze out of the alley and into the crowded main street. The line outside Karash's clinic stretches down the road. 2 thin peddlers queue alongside weathered elders. If any place is in desperate need of a free clinic, it's this one. The cobblestones are treacherously rough around my feet, deep grooves worn between them by regular flooding and decades of hard use. I knew Iridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. The buildings are tired and dilapidated, all crammed together in a narrow streets. And this thing else, a charge in the air like the shifting pressure before a storm. It's subtle, little more than a faint, persistent drumming, but I can't seem to shake the sensation. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried foods drift over to me, and my stomach gives a faint gurgle. This morning's catch, fried up hot and fresh. Not too many eyeballs today. That sounds disgusting. But I'm starving, so I duck my head under the stall's grubby awning. A large fish looms up at me, its 3 bulging eyes still visible through the thick layer of crispy batter. Vendor gives me a gap-toothed grin. What's the cheapest thing you've got? The vendor points at a metal basket of what looks like long strips of savory fried dough. Fresh long, lads. 3 copper apiece. Don't burn your mouth. Good night, Reiki! Thanks for joining us! A big hug to you, too! I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. 2 streets later, I pass under a wrought iron archway adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying riot of color, painted walls and tinted glass everywhere I look. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in open doorways. Musical voices call out invitingly. Incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. This must be Iridia's entertainment district. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs from my hands when I spot a poster. It features the silhouette of a smiling man wearing a single dagger-like earring and the words, "The Adderstone," printed above his head. If Leander is the leader of the Adderstone, then the phrase printed on the poster is likely his. I follow the line of identical posters around a corner, and nearly hit my head on a precariously dangling one side. Look up, faded orange little letters read, "The Wet Wick." The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. I really like this background. It's not even midday. It's not even midday, but the wick is packed. A loose collection of Viridians crowd the bar, taking up the tables and gathering the spaces between. They speak amongst each other in hushed voices, their faces drawn and grave. I can sense their apprehension, even without hearing their words. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-like earring, and I'm considering searching the bar when a loud voice carries across the room. "Now, I'm no prior curator. I'm not much for paperwork or pencil pushing. And honestly, I don't even think those robes come in my size." I crane my neck, but the crowd is too dense for me to see the speaker. "Gather around, and I want to show you all something." There's no time to move out of the way. The audience surges towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. I'm caught and swept up along with them. "Hey!" The clatter of falling chairs and tables being shoved aside drowns out my complaints. I thrash and throw out my elbows as heavy bodies press into mine. My hips knock into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself, but the crowd has stilled. A pair of gilded boots strides across the tabletop. Titties! If you want nothing but guidelines and practical policy and needless bureaucracy, you know where to go. I drag my eyes upward. The man towers on the table in front of me, arms spread as he addresses his rapt audience. "But I'm not going to wait for a word on high." His impassioned words provoke nods and excited whispers. But nothing is as captivating as his brilliant smile and this amazing rack. He beams at the crowd around him, a performer on his makeshift stage. "And unlike those clerics, I don't need the abbess's approval to cast a spell or two." As he raises his hands above the audience, the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his ear catches the light in a flash of gold. What? Is that not what it said? It seems I found Leander. "These are our streets. We make our own luck here." He snaps and a flash of pale green light erupts from his hand. With a flick of his wrist, Leander conjures a ribbon of glittering light. A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals unfurl. Leander raises the flowers with a flourish, and the bar bursts into clapping and cheers. A magic demonstration was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wet Wick. Leander plucks the shimmering flowers out of the air and turns in a slow circle. "Now, who could use some good luck?" Eager onlookers scoot close to the table, but Leander's cool green eyes slide right over them and lock on me instead. "How about you?" My chest grows tight. Suddenly, I'm in the spotlight. "Last time I took the flowers, this time I'm refusing. And I already know, Zell, Attack Poodle, you're gonna get pissed, but we gotta make different decisions today. That's the whole point. Don't kill me!" See, I don't have to worry about Attack Poodle, but Zell's right downstairs. "I'm good, thank you." Leander's smile whines as though he didn't hear me at all. "No! No! No! Wait, I can't get up to lock the door. I have a cat in my lap. You can't hurt me. I have a cat in my lap." Leander's smile whines as though he didn't hear me at all. "Are you sure?" But as he speaks, the lilies fade away in a shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath. "That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they have an impression, right? But they leave an impression, right?" grins at me, and I find myself smiling back. Leander steps up the table, dropping among the excited crowd with a clink. I mean, they are begging for it. Alright, show's over. Back to work, everyone! The audience disappears, and Leander's head towards the bar. Now's my chance. For your sins. I start after him, only to find myself face to face with one of his followers. Where do you think you're going? I need to talk to Leander. Uh-huh. You and half of Lowtown. Leander's busy right now. Adderstone business. Come back tonight. After the moment we shared, sure Leander can spare a word. Well, I kind of rejected that moment. I don't know that line works this time. But... The follower crosses his arms, unmoved. I glance over her shoulder, hoping to catch a glimpse of Leander. As though sensing my gaze, he looks up, and for a moment our eyes lock. Then Leander turns away to murmur something to the group gathered around him. The follower moves to block my view. You hear me? I'm not looking for trouble. This Dr. Karash said I should find Leander. That's... She's interrupted by a hand resting on her shoulder. Karash sent you? He said you could help me. Leander nods at the woman, and she steps aside wordlessly. Follow me. He leads me to the crowded bar. There's so little room that his broad shoulders press against mine, and I can feel his tits right up against my arm. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all. Sorry about that. The Adderstone watch out for one another, but they can be overprotective at times. Lesson learned. Leander flashes me a broad grin. You're new to Iridia, aren't you? He says it with a genuine air of curiosity. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I'd remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. My eyes drop to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close makes eye contact difficult. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. What'll it be? Surprise me, and add anything my friend wants to my tab. I'll have what happens. Water's good. Water's fine. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbow on the counter. His sleeves right up, revealing a long raised scar. I catch myself following its winding path across his forearm. Leander's eyes wander over me in return. When they lock on my bandaged hands, a bitter taste rises in my throat. Here comes the questions. Is there any chance Karash sent you here for cheap drinks or barely edible appetizers? No. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, sighing when it immediately falls back into place. That's the doctor for you. Always business. I'm not sure he even knows how to relax. The bartender pushes a pair of glasses our way. I don't realize how thirsty I am until the cool water touches my lips. Beside me, Leander takes a deep swig from his glass. So, how can I help you? I need to get to the cenobium. As soon as the word cenobium leaves my mouth, the group standing nearby falls silent. The wary looks thrown my way. It's clear I've broken some taboo. It had to be the cenobium. Leander pushes away from the counter. Let's continue this conversation outside. I rise to follow him. Leander leads me into an alleyway tucked behind the wetwick. Layers upon layers of frayed and faded Adderstone posters plaster the walls. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his printed likeness is impressive, if abstract. Karash didn't send you here to ask for a personal escort to the cenobium, did he? From his tone, he already knows the answer. No. He suggested that I reconsider. Yet here you are, asking about a guide anyway. He looks at me expectantly. I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people know about my monstrous capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctant silence as an answer. This is part in particular. It's so cute! Also, look at that cleavage. Are you aware of Iridia's particular currency? Information's worth its weight in gold here. Information weighs nothing! A line makes no sense! It's like being in another city. Honestly, anyone wearing his smile, he's such a kitty. I can see it. I don't much care for outdated traditions, so I'll be completely honest. The Cenobium won't help you. They're more likely to torture you than lend a hand. But the Cenobium is supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. The Cenobium has always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in a fading world. If any place held answers... Oh, I was thinking progress. It would be the Cenobium. That's why I came here. Ranger nods patiently. You're not the first person to fall for their propaganda. I grew up idealizing the Cenobium. I wanted nothing more than to join the ranks, to learn magic from the best, to make a real difference. I was young and blinded by the legends and the legacy. I was so damn naive. He shakes his head. All it took was one trip here, to Lowtown, to show me the truth. Unless you've got a heavy purse or high-born blood, the Cenobium doesn't give a damn. They'll never open their gates for the ones who need help the most. Then it's all a lie? Things that seem too good to be true are often just that. Such a simple statement, and yet he leaves me reeling. Leander watches me as though weighing something in his mind. But that doesn't mean you're hopeless. Far from it. I founded the Adderstone to help people like you. We settle disputes, slay Pharaoh Solus. Hell, we've even been known to patch a leaky roof or two. Whatever helps you, whatever troubles you, we can help. Free of charge. I'm shaking my head before he even finished his speech. My patience is wearing dangerously thin. I appreciate the offer, but my problem can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. To my chagrin, Leander doesn't look remotely surprised. Then, you're looking for help with something serious. Something not even Karash could crack. It must be a truly remarkable problem if you came all this way to Iridia searching for help. Spirit voice taking note of him saying, something is too good to be true, approaches my board of red string. Yup. Tell me, how can I help you? Leander may not work for the Cenobium, but he is a mage. A powerful one if his demonstration earlier is any indication. Indecision gnaws at me. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternatives. I hate to admit it, but this might be my only path forward. My confession comes out in a strained whisper. I'm cursed. He looks up and down, taking my face, my eyes, and finally my hands. Is that why you bandaged your hands? My touch is dangerous. It changes people, hurts them. Before I've even finished, Leander pulls his glove off. He flicks his fingers and grins. Alright, let's see it! As he offers me his hand, a prismatic flash of magic ripples through his palm. But I'm already shrinking backwards. I can't. I don't care how confident Leander is. I won't allow myself to hurt him. To see his kind face unrecognizably warped. I don't want to hurt you. I'll be fine. Trust me. I've seen enough curses and hexes to last me 2 lifetimes, but I'm still standing. Do you really think Karash would send you here if I couldn't handle it? How should I know? I only met him today. I'm twice as good as any Cenobium mage. If anyone can help you, it's me. I don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me. I look from Leander's outstretched hands to his confident smile. Then I begin unwinding the bandages from my hand. If you lose control, don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if it makes you feel better. His attempt at levity does little to comfort me. With each joint I expose, I grow increasingly certain that this is a terrible idea, but if he's bothered by how my hand looks, he doesn't show it. All right, deep breath on my count. My fingers hover shakily over Leander's palm. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna hold back this time. I hesitate at the last second. Leander does not. His hand closes tightly around mine. The instant his finger raised mine, his expression goes blank. Leander? I try to pull away, but his hand remains locked. My stomach sinks, fear gripping me even harder than Leander as he takes a slow, deliberate step closer. His other hand rises, fingers outstretched and angling towards my neck. No, you're just fine. You aren't joking. That curse is something else. Leander's hand lands gently on my shoulder to steady me. I didn't even realize I was shaking. I search Leander's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remain a clear, soft green. Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of his palm, lost in awareness I wasn't anticipating. It's almost like I'm touch-starved. It's not as though I've never been touched before. My curse only extends to my hands in desperation for his creativity. But all that pales in comparison to this. I've never experienced such intimacy. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, pick up every single detail. The grooves along his palm, the smooth shell of his nails, the bones in his wrist. I have to! We're doing different things! You know the rules! For as long as I lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand without dire consequences. I've never realized what I was missing. While Leander's pulse is steady, mine hammers as fear gives way to excitement. I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry! I draw my head back and take a steadying breath. My head feels like it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I'm sorry. I'm doing my job! I'm doing my job! I can't believe that worked. I've really forgotten my manners. May I ask your name? I'm Pali. Pali. This curse of yours isn't like anything I've ever seen before. Thank you, Far. I can tell you're careful, but it's best to keep this between us. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause. Room and board was nothing I'd yet to consider. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. The wick is noticeably quieter. Without their leader, most of Leander's followers have dispersed or, in a few cases, fallen asleep beside their drinks. Got any rooms left, or did my lot grab them all to sleep it off? The bartender, who I now realize doubles as an innkeeper, slides the key onto the counter. The usual room? Leander's laugh sounds slightly strained. No, not today. This is just for my friend Pali. Right. Stay as long as you like. You two have fun? Have fun? Leander clears his throat, then holds the key out to me. I hesitate. My corn purse barely holds enough for a day's worth of meals, let alone a room. How much do I owe you? He's a sloot! He's such a... I will say, he's giving Major Bati energy. Nothing. My treat, since you shared your secret. Food, drink, a warm bed, anything you need. Carefully, I take the key from him. It's small but heavy in my palm. He's welcoming of slootness! I never expected to have a warm bed in Iridia, let alone free meals. Thank you. Iridia is twice as dangerous as it is wondrous. Be careful out there. And if you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into the pocket of my cloak for safekeeping. My opening is goddamn lips. Lander gives me a friendly wave before returning to the bar. Dusk glitters in the sparse rays of light illuminating the room. The furniture is tired, the walls cracked, and a large, lumpy bed serves as the centerpiece. I can't remember the last time I slept in a bed, and I never imagined I'd sleep in one tonight. When I collapse on the bed, the springs let out shrill squeaks. Finally, I can allow myself to rest. My eyes fall shut before long. I wake to pale sunlight filtering through the narrow windows. Despite the clamor of the tavern below, the precious hours of rest have restored my strength and gifted me a flicker of cautious optimism. 15 seconds. It's day again. No, I'm not going to get started on singing that meme song. We'll be here all day. If I play my cards right, today could be the day I get closer to finding a cure. I quickly head out of the wet wick. Speaking of sluts! The air clings, sodden and heavy with lingering scent of rain, and without the afternoon crowd, the district looks barren and bleak. In the middle of the street, a pair of crows quibble over stale bread crusts. I pause, watching them while I consider my next move. Crash and Leander both made it clear that the Cenobium can't be trusted, but I came so far and endured too much to give up now. I need to see the Cenobium for myself, if only to satisfy my curiosity. Surely someone in the bar can point me in the right direction. I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. A cloud, I think, until a puff of hot breath tickles the back of my neck. The shadow trickles down the streets in rivulets. Formless dark spreads like ink into blotted shapes. Claws stretch, a muzzle splits open to reveal long, jagged teeth. A growl rumbles so low and deep I feel it in my chest. I want to run, to scream, but I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement of breath will snap the jaws around me shut. No, I won't let it end like this. If I'm gonna die, I want to look what got me in the eye first. I steel myself, then turn. No! The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came, and I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone save for a figure reclining in the shade of a nearby stoop. A monster, that much is clear from a glance. One that could nearly be mistaken for a human were it not the tufted ears, the tail curled around its ankle, or the dusk pink eyes with pupils that sharpen like needles when they fall on me. My left gazes and the monster uncrosses his long legs. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me unsettlingly of blood, where it curls around its collared anklet. Jumpy, aren't you? His tone is so light and carefree that I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. When I look back, the stranger props his skin on his knuckles and regards me with an inscrutable grin. Did you see the shadow just now? It was massive, moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware of how ridiculous I may sound, but the stranger's smile doesn't falter. The only beasts I've seen here are the wicked drooling regulars, though this did catch my eye. With a flick of his wrist, my in-room key dangles from his finger. It turns on its chain, glittering when it catches the light. My hands fly to my cloak's pockets, and sure enough, find them flat. He crooks his finger, beckoning. I've already taken 2 steps forward before some stifled instinct stops me. Something feels wrong. I know! And there's Strappy. Don't forget that why his love handle's gotta be out like that? Huh? What possible reason? Other than for grabbing? I'm still on the edge, thrumming with so much adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flickers at the edges of my vision. I always seem to attract the worst kind of attention, but I can't get rattled now. You said that's my key. Where did you find it? Where did you find it, I think? My key. How'd you find it? What can I say? I'm a sucker for shiny things. He smiles wide enough to reveal sharp fangs. I saw you drop it. You should really be more careful. A city like this, somebody might take advantage. A bald-faced lie said without a hint of irony. I approached the monster, careful to keep an arm's length away. He doesn't look dangerous, but the most deadly ones never do. The stranger's chin softly clinks with the tilt of his head. His ears flick. Keeping your distance. I'd be stupid to trust you. You think I stole your dinky little key from all the way over here? He gives an exaggerated sigh. I'm good with my hands, but not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? He's got me there. The sheer fabric of his sleeves alone would be too expensive for most street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they cost more than I spent traveling here. And then there's the shop behind him. No matter the city, parted pink curtains only ever mean one thing. I'm not looking to buy, and I doubt I could afford your services anyway. Lucky for you, I don't charge. The man runs the tip of his tongue over a fang, and the first time since I stepped into that shadow, I feel something other than dread. My face grows hot. I didn't mean to assume. I'm flattered, really. Did you think you could pay to pet my ears? I just need my key back. Ask nicely, and I might even let you tug my tail. Just throw it here. I would go broke for this man. Oh no, Nyla! I get it. I mean, just that harness is enough to just... Anyways. So, some spindly little street urchin can snatch it and run. He raises my key and tilts his head so he can watch it dangle back and forth. I suppose I could just claim your room for myself. Not that I'd be caught dead slumming in the wick with the rest of those slack-jawed imbeciles. You're obviously not from around here, so tell me, traveller, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with derision. I'm not telling you anything. What could have possibly drawn you to this dreary little pig pen? I wonder. He listlessly watches the arc of my key swing from his finger. The weather's shit, the food's dreck, and there's entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... Dagger's sharp eyes flick towards me. They gleam bright with amusement. Unless you're just dying to consort with monsters. By now my embarrassment has worn away, leaving simmering impatience in its place. This is a shakedown. It's the most frustrating one I've ever heard of. Walk away. Play along with him. I love to play along with him. I love playing along with little shits like this, but that's what we did last time, so we're gonna walk away. His grin widens when I take a step forward. I knew you'd. And crumples as soon as I walk past him. Oh, yay! We get to fluster him. Actually, you know what? This might be the better option. Where are you going? Don't you want your key back? I can feel his eyes boring into my back. You gotta watch the VOD. Sorry! It's up! It's up for anybody that wants to see the other decisions. It is up on YouTube. Yes. That's for you. Alright. You would know Attack Poodle. As much as I'd hate to lose my lodging, it would be the first time I've resorted to sleeping on the street. Wait! What do you want? When I look over my shoulder, the monster has room for two. Oh, look at that face! He's actually kind of... Oh, look at him. He's kind of a cutie. I wonder if I can break him. Ah! Oh, that blush. Oh, no! No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Wait, you're not giving me attention! I know, I love it. Our eyes meet for a heartbeat before his dart away. The tip of his tail thrashes against the ground. Don't get the wrong idea. I was only playing. I never meant to offend you. Man's flabber was casted. He says it carelessly, but I don't miss the way he studies my face for a reaction. I'm not playing your games. I thought you were flirting. I didn't get this option, so I get to do what I want. I thought you were flirting. Seemed more like you were flirting. Is that so? Well, I must admit, it's not every day I meet someone quite like you. Like me? His finger burns in response. How do I put this? You have the air of someone at the end of their rope. Did you come to Iridia in desperate search of something? Or maybe I did pick light last time. I'm not sure. It's fine. My mouth suddenly feels dry. I could be the answer, you know. Oh, he is flirting. I should have seen where this was going. How'd you know that I spent all my money, starved, and nearly died in a swamp? Wait, how'd you know I spent all my money, starved, and nearly died in a swamp just so I could crawl into bed with the first thirsty monster I met? He turns me a burst of breathy laughter. He gazes at me under his dark lashes. Aren't you funny? Could you be any more obvious? I've been told subtlety is not my strength. So, your place or mine? I'm pet you by feet. And this time I have to say I'll pass. I'm sorry, Nyla! I cannot impress so much! I think you'll enjoy the fun! I'm so sorry! Tempting, but no. Yet he still smiles, undeterred. The more he flirts, the more convinced I become that this is some kind of trap. No matter how innocent monsters look, they always have to trick up their sleeves. Oh my god, Prompto! Prompto, you need so much cuddles today! Oh my gosh! Okay. And something tells me that this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he has a lovely laugh. I don't know what you want or why you're messing with me, but I'm not coming any closer until I know you aren't going to attack me or bite. And who says we'd mind if he bit? I won't bite hard unless you beg me. No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into innuendo. My type of guy! Even when I'm silent, he goes on as though we're having a conversation, not a standoff. Do you like dancing? There's a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their lutist is utterly exquisite, truly a performance to die for. There's life in this dreadful place, if you know where to look. You sound like you know the city well. Oh, you sound like you know the city well. The monster gives flickers from me to the key hanging from his finger. Naturally, the stump was little more than a miserable little smear on a map when I first arrived. How old are you? High town, low town, I know Iridia like the back of my hand. What about the cenobium? Do you know where that is? His smile vanishes. Surely you've seen it. That absurdly large tower looming over the rest. It's a little hard to miss. It really is. We really didn't need directions. We could have just been like, okay, I see it. Let's go. Wink wonk. He must mean that spire I noticed when I first caught sight of Iridia. The cenobium's overrated. Forget it. I can show you things those stuffy boars in their elliptic tower couldn't even dream of. What do you say? How about the two of us have a little adventure? The full game is not out yet, and there is a chapter 1, but to get it, you need to be a patron. I will probably become a patron, so I can stream the chapter 1 for us. But it is still in the works. But from what Zella's told me, I'm hopeful it'll come out in the next year or so. So we'll all keep it a lookout. I've already got plans. Oh, have you some pressing matters at the Cenobium? Lunch dates with librarians. Tea time with the most esteemed Bess. That's my business. What's it matter to you? I square my shoulders and the amusement bleeds out of him. Your loss? The stranger, finally bored of his own tedious game, extends his hand towards me. The key rests on his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. When he makes no other move, I reach for the key, but as soon as my fingers graze smooth brass, his hands spring shut around my elbow. Hey! He yanks me down and I stagger, my shoes slipping on the steps. For a sick moment, I fear my bandages will unravel under his touch, but he's careful not to disturb them, even as he grips my arm. I knew I smelled blood. You reek of the road. And of death. And that fucking doctor. Okay. Hear me out. Right? Oh wait, actually, know what? I don't want to spoil what's gonna happen next, so I will bring my theory back up after this conversation finishes. His voice, once silken, lowers to a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil. And something else. He murmurs against my throat, nose grazing my jaw. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. His wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes at me. Let go! Just when I fear he'll bite, his grip loosens, and his eyes widen with awe. It seems I underestimated you. You're... Veer! The stranger's ears flatten, and he releases me with a short breath. I yank my arm back, massaging my bandages. He twists around to see a woman duck out from the curtains behind him. Her pressed white uniform marks her as a cleric of the Cenobium. I'd leave you for all of what? 10 minutes, and you're making trouble again. Will you quit harassing the tourists? The stranger, Veer I take it, rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric a withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? Unnatural liar. He grins at me and his tail swishes coyly. The woman pushes her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I am about to correct him, but Veer cuts in. I was graciously offering my dear friend some free advice. Though his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Danger is drawn to you like a moth to a flame. It will always find you given the time. The woman clucks her tongue as though she's heard this recital 102 times. Word to the wise, don't take free advice from lazy foxes lounging in the streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. She shrugs off a wilting look from Veer. Oh please, any friends of yours know it's true. Now hold still. Veer raises gracefully at her approach, pushes her hair aside so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. Suddenly, it dawns on me that the jingling I heard earlier wasn't coming from his harness, but from an iron chain wound around a hitching post and padlocked the back of his collar. The woman produces a key ring from her pocket. She stifles through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and slotting it into the lock. Come on, unless your friend's tagging along on our merry little soulless hunt. They're hunting for solace inside the city. Words momentarily fail me. The cleric regards me with a polite, if tight, smile before marching down the stairs. Veer lingers. He stretches his arms over his head with a yawn, and I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he arches his back. Your little secret's safe with me. Try not to get yourself killed. Veer hops off the stoops and bounds after the woman. His tail sways merrily, as though he hadn't just lied and threatened me. Did you try that thing I mentioned? The Leventian knot. That one where you take 3 fingers and actually, don't tell me. Knowing you, it's probably disgusting. Veer's airy laugh echoes down the street. It's only after he and the cleric vanish that I realize I'm still missing something. Wait! Reflexively, I shove my hands in my pocket and find it. The room key. I raise it to the light. Sure enough, it's my key. The realization is hardly comforting. I don't know what Veer's game was, or what he wanted from me. All I know for certain is that the Cenobium saw fit to leash him, a fate I could share if that's what his vague warning meant. I let my eyes drift skyward past the lanterns gently swaying in the breeze, to the Cenobium faintly visible through the haze. Just one glimpse is all I need, then I can put this all behind me. This time, the key goes into the coin purse for safekeeping. So, the theory that I had about the Doctor being Solus. So, Veer hunts Solus, and he clearly has something... He knows something about the Doctor, or doesn't like something about the Doctor. So I'm just gonna say that that is another tick on my side of my theory. That the Doctor is, or their exes. I'm just saying, I have a theory the Doctor's Solus, and that definitely helps my case. Or their exes, or both. Who's to say it's not both? Anyways, take a little drink. Okay, gonna try to get through this really quickly before our next break. It's easy enough to follow the winding streets, climbing uphill towards the distant tower. Hours later, legs aching, sweat beating on my forehead, I finally find what I'm searching for. The Cenobium of the Luminous Void. It stands at the highest point of Viridia, surrounded by cold, white walls. Well-dressed people stroll down the walkways, ignoring the massive tower in their midst. I'm the only one standing before the gates. I crane my neck up until the top of the Cenobium spire disappears in the clouds overhead. My stomach gives an uneasy lurch. Though far grander than the humble shrine of my youth, the Cenobium is eerily reminiscent of a gilded birdcage. Knocking seems like a terrible idea, but I don't see another way to make my presence known. I'm halfway up the steps when something moves in my peripheral vision. A shadowy figure crouches beneath one of the white walls. They reach out and tug on a vine, as if testing its strength. Oi! You there! The shadow vanishes as quickly as I spotted it, and a gaunt-faced man in a crisp charcoal uniform marches up the steps toward me. Ugh, another tourist! Get out of here before you're done, once you're done gawking! A dismissive wave accompanies his equally dismissive words, and he turns without even waiting for my response. I look back at where I saw the intruder, but there's nothing, just the leaves blowing gently in a cool breeze. I step away from the gates, hopelessness washing over me. Hello. A whisper coats the back of my ear, hot and syrupy. I jerk away, but find no one beside me. Instead, halfway down the staircase, I spot a girl peering up at me. She's barefoot, draped in several layers of worn, moth-eaten clothing. Peculiar metal jewelry hangs across her face and jingles with each slight movement. Her eyes are her most striking feature. They shine a scorching, unnatural crimson. It feels like staring into the sun, and yet I'm strangely captivated by her. She tilts her head, the tinkling of metal riding the wind. Do you need help? I don't. I'm unsure how to respond. The air is charged with mysterious energy, as if my word is worth its weight in gold. But after the experience I've just had, I'm not too keen on trusting strangers. No, I don't. The giggle she makes is a chiming, fluttering sound. Don't worry, I won't hurt you. She dips into a polite curtsy. My name is Iris. I was like you once, hopeless and alone. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Great sound design. Obviously this is all temp, but still really well put together. The ones in the tower won't help you with your pain. I might be able to, though. I try not to dwell on the fact that I'm recognizably desperate. Instead, I focus on her vague offer as I descend the steps. You don't know what I'm looking for. You need what everyone needs in this world. A miracle. Iris turns away and my thoughts abruptly scatter. Pitted skin snakes down her shoulders, blooming from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. A shuddering breath escapes me. The fuck? Whatever disease she had consumed her from the inside out. How is she able to move or breathe? It's impossible. She shouldn't be alive, and yet... I only get a glimpse before she faces me once more, this time looking a bit bashful. I know it's not pretty, but that's not what matters. The sea spring can cure anything. It can cure you, too. Her shining eyes flick away to my bandaged hands, then up again, so quick I nearly miss it. I stand there, wordless. It's a twisted miracle, but a miracle nonetheless. She extends a hand out to her delicate fingers, outstretched. Hey, North! Welcome in! Welcome in! I can take you there, if you'd like. You can decide on your own, when you see it. Her hand is frail, marred with tiny wounds. It's the epitome of vulnerability, the complete opposite of the Shinobu's mocking, impenetrable gates. And if I say no? It's your choice. The truth is, I don't have much of a choice. Not right now, at least. There's not enough budget for this demo to really give me another scene. I wonder if Iris knows that somehow. If there's any hope of finding a cure, I need to follow every lead, including seeing this sea spring for myself. Take her hand. I cautiously slide my hand into hers. Her skin is ice cold through my bandages. We descend from the higher streets, abandoning their gilded decadence as we cross the river. The wet, derelict districts hold more familiarity for me. However, Iris leads me farther still, until I met with an all-too-familiar sight. My gut lurches when I face the open horizon. The sea spring is straight ahead. Bordeaux's outskirts are hardly recognizable in daylight, but venturing beyond city walls is a gamble I wasn't prepared to take so soon. I shake my head and pull away from Iris. I'm not leaving the city. She circles in front of me with a placating gesture. Don't be scared. I promise you it's all right. You're as safe inside the city as outside of it, and this stretch before you is the safest of all. She casts a wistful gaze out over the wastes, as if admiring something beyond the vista. This region belongs to A's. Some call him a gang leader, but he's much more than that. It's difficult to string my thoughts together. Only a fool would leave the city, but a primal instinct tells me that Iris isn't lying. She twirls around with another curtsy, jewelry twinkling playfully in the sunlight. Her doe eyes soften with a smile. As I said, it's your choice. Thank you for coming this far. I hope we meet again, Pally. Going to visit my man. I blink and she's gone. Confusion grips me as I look around, searching for any trace of her. But I'm completely alone, with only the vast nothingness of the waste for company. Did I just imagine everything? No, that whole encounter was real. Again, that primal instinct insists on it, just like it insisted on Iris's honesty. The sea spring is straight ahead. If it managed to cure Iris, I need to see what it can do for me. I venture forth, nerves and determination roiling together in my chest. My heart pounds with each step I take from civilization. It doesn't take me long to realize it's not the only heartbeat I hear. Like a flitting gnat in the back of my mind, I'm certain that there's another pulse thrumming through the earth underfoot. I felt this presence before when I first set foot in Iridia. It's like a living dread coursing beneath the city, only this time it's drawing closer. For what seems like an eternity, I force each foot forward, one step then another, until a realization hits me. I never told Iris my name. Something pierces the horizon ahead of me, a building nestled into a tall cliffside. It appears so starkly out of place that it might as well be a hallucination. Dripping with extravagance and adorned in honeyed mahogany, it's an ornate jewel of architecture. Dark silhouettes skirt in on both sides. Trees, I think, until I'm close enough to realize that what I mistook for branches were spikes and jutting tendrils. Soulless, several of them watch me in the distance, like statues. Flashes of last night chase me, the gushes of blood and screams of death, the smell of burning flesh and sour bile. I can't go through that again. I won't. Exploding into a messy sprint, I push my legs as fast as they'll take me towards the decorated building. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up wooden stairs and crashing through the towering double doors. And we're going to take our second break here. So go ahead, go grab a drink, go stretch your legs, go shake a little ass. And if you want to stick around through the ads and you're subscribed, yeah, you little goons are going to have a chance to play some basketball. So, yeah, let's, we'll take a break and we will be back in about 3 minutes. Good basketball game. Good game. Good game. Good game. Good game. Congratulations. Congratulations to all winners. Everybody tried their best. You all make me very proud. Good job. Good job. All right, let's get ready to meet someone that I will try to hold in my barks for. Yeah, go you. All right. Because it is inappropriate for a demonic dragon of my age to bark. Although you are correct, it is pride. It's more hellscape than sanctuary. Blood flows all around me, overwhelming my vision with a lurid, unholy red. Instinctively, my hand leaps to my mouth. But the rotten stench of blood never comes. I actually like the smell of blood. Instead, a smoky scent hangs in the air, sharp and spots. Bow wow! Bow wow wow wow! No! No! God damn it. I just realized what you did. No! I swallow thickly, convincing myself that it's not as gruesome as it appears. This has to be the sea spring, the place that grants miracles. Tall pillars flank me, blanketed in written notes. Seating pillows scattered the floor. A rustic kettle sits nearby. Someone must live here, despite how eerily empty it is. Call out, stay silent. What did I do last time? I think I called out. Not that it matters. I don't think it'll matter too much. I approach the papers covered pillar. Maybe something here tell me. Actually, you know what? No. Oh, I did. I did call out? Okay. Thank you. You approach the paper-covered pillars. Maybe something here can tell me more. I reach for. I think I did the topmost last one, so I'll do the bottommost. I definitely didn't do that. I reach for a note at the lower end. It reads, "They watch me through the mirrors. They won't stop staring. They know what I did, but they won't have me. I'm safe now. I'm safe now. I'm safe now." Hi, Sink! Welcome in, welcome in! I'm not even gonna attempt. No. The writing deteriorates into unintelligible scrawl. Before I can ponder it further, a sharp chill runs down my spine. Something's watching me. I quickly set the note back, my eyes darting around the wooden deck, but it's still empty. Finally, I look towards the sea spring. That stillness hides something deeper. Something wrong. And familiar. Hey. Wait, what was his voice again? I was thinking, it was deep. It was like, hey. I think I kept him, like, pretty monotone. I spin around and come face to face with a pack of soulless. They chitter and growl, tendrils and spikes flaring threateningly, all different sizes and species but sharing one identical trait: glowing crimson eyes. I try to back away, but my heel teeters over the sea spring. I'm cornered. Watch your step. It's deeper than it looks. That voice again. At the sound of it, the souls freeze, their snarls quieting. Cleavage! I search for voice source and find it above me, lounging in the rafters. You look lost, little sparrow. His gaze is a violent prism, one that sears through me, leaves me feeling raw and exposed. They're the same eyes I've seen over and over. First with Iris, now with the soul circling me, all bound by the sea spring's blood red. In the shroud of darkness behind him, shapes like massive tentacles twist and coil around the wooden beams. Can't focus. The soulless growls ring in my ears. They're not advancing, but that could change at any second. Panic rises in my throat as I struggle to track them. Hey! Eyes on me. My stomach rolls as I tear my eyes away from the soulless. Don't ignore someone who's talking to you. It's not polite. For a moment, anger knocks my fear aside. Who is this bastard? I'm distracted. Fuck you. I don't think I said fuck you last time. I think I said I'm distracted, so I'm definitely going with fuck you this time. Oh, he absolutely would. Fuck you. I look right in his unknowing eyes and hold his gaze defiantly. Fuck you. Is that better? A quicker grin cracks across his face. We'll work on it. I love that we just end up calling him bastard instead of question marks like everybody else. I can scan the souls again. They really aren't attacking and are posturing more than anything else. Is this they're waiting for commands? Did you tame them? Power of the sea spring. They're hungry, so they might bite. You could give me a reason to stop them. How about I didn't do anything wrong? Trespassing. And that's punishable by death? He gives a non-committal shrug. Expecting mercy was your first mistake. My voice stops in my throat. This bastard's terse coolness is both infuriating and terrifying. I rack my brain for a way to defuse the situation. I need help. Tell me what you want. I think I went with I need help last time, so I'm gonna do like tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. I'm not in the mood for guessing games. Your hands. Alarm jolts through me. I hide my hands under my cloak. Show me. Why? Old ass dice. Did I do that? Damn it. I think maybe I did do that last time. I think I'll go with... let's try I need help. Fine. I need help. I thought this even could cure me. No! I don't know! Which one did I do? Someone with a memory tell me. I should have watched my own VOD this morning. And now prompt is causing Rose fit. I'll be right back. 1 second. I'm trying to remember. Both those feel familiar. I think some dialogue. We just go through the same direction. I'll ask commands anyway. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be the same in the full one. Okay, I said okay. I'll stick with telling what you want then. I don't know if that'll be the same in the full one, but it will. But it is a nice feature. Tell me what. I'm not in the mood for guessing games. Your hands. Alarm jolts through me. I hide my hands under my cloak. Show me. Yeah. What the hell? I was just trying to make a... I don't know what you want. Sorry. I was just trying to make a mark so I can edit that later. Hands. Poke. Show me. Why? Won't ask twice. With a sharp exhale, I roughly hold out my bandaged hands. Are we getting off on this? Unwrap them. He is a little bit! Heat rushes to my face and I fire to my tongue. I should give him a piece of my mind, but not when his soulless are one command away from ripping me to shreds. Yet no matter how much I will myself to move, my hands stay frozen in place. I stand there for a long, agonizing minute. My hands are trembling when I finally raise them. I know the skin beneath the wrappings all too well, the hideous, unnatural flesh I've grown to despise. I grip the edge of the bandages. Still. With a weary sigh, the man slides out the beams and lands with a thud that shakes the panels underfoot. He's a monster, tall and imposing, with a presence that commands the room like gravity. Lantern light sculpts his face in sharp, unforgiving lines. Subtle clinks of metal accompany each of his footsteps. The closer he gets, the faster my heart hitches. What does he want? Is he going to kill me? I step backwards. I find nothing to set my foot on. I'd forgotten my back was to the C-spring. I fall right before a warm hand catches my lower back. I'm hovering above the C-spring, the scent of smoke and leather enveloping me. Blazing eyes bore into mine. Told you to watch your step. I'm too stunned to muster a response. Like I weigh nothing, he guides me back to solid ground. Following a subtle gesture from his fingers, the soulless around us disperse and relax. The shift in their demeanor is so abrupt it gives me whiplash. The enormous tentacles are no longer in the rafters, though now I doubt I ever saw them at all. Either way, I let out a breath of relief. I honestly forgot about those. Thanks. As focused on me as he was before, the monster pays no attention to me now. He kicks some seating pillows out of the walkways, checks the contents of the kettle with a scowl. I really love his theme. His theme is really good. I hope they keep this type of vibe in the final. The sudden disregard is almost insulting. So that's it. I'm not a threat anymore? Never were one. Then why'd you threaten me? People get honest when they're afraid. In other words, he was messing with me. I drag a hand over my face, exhausted by the fact that this is the second time a monster has provoked me today. You're A's, aren't you? Depends who's asking. One of your friends told me this was your territory. She said you were a gang leader. But there's no one else here. I thought there'd be more people. Ace picks up the kettle, walks to the edge of the C-spring, and dumps the contents in the endless red. They took a walk. Spence monstrous to ear to ear. To try making it. It seems really fun. Yeah, I made a visual novel in the past. It was a fun time. I will show it to no one ever. Definitely great writing practice. Then an instant it drops. I get the sense that I shouldn't ask about that again. What do you need the C-spring's power for? Depends. Can it cure a curse? Probably. You mean you don't know? Nope. He shakes up the empty kettle and starts collecting stray cups, tidying up. My frustration builds. I narrow my eyes at him in a questioning glare. When he notices, he returns it with an amused smirk. Are you being irritating on purpose? Listen, Sparrow. The C-spring can cure anything. Nothing's stopping you from trying it yourself. What do I have to do? Drink. I have to drink from the C-spring? My eyes glide to the blood-like pool beside us. The idea of ingesting the liquid, it makes my guts churn. Is there a price? Always. Ace taps his temple with a finger. You lose it a little bit. That's it? I might have already beat it to the punch. My humor earns me an amused, fanged grin. Don't give me a snarky face! Don't do it! Don't do it! Shut up! This is a little different. When you drink from the C-spring, you forget who you are. Your mind combines with everyone who ever drank before. Humans, monsters, soulless, one big happy family in your head. My blood runs cold. I've heard of these before. Brute minds. My attendants used to tell me that my power granted people access to a higher plane of understanding. A group mind of my own making. All lies. But something tells me this is real, even if one thing doesn't add up. Your eyes are red too, but you obviously haven't forgotten who you are. Before I can finish my sentence, Ace strides past me towards the entrance. Time's up. Let's finish this later. Wait, already? You barely told me anything! Came on a bad day. I've got somewhere to be. There are still so many questions burning on the tip of my tongue, but my frustration spills out before I can ask any of them. I was told to come here for help, but instead I get threatened and kicked out. You're joking, right? Watch your tone. I'm nice, but you don't want to ruin the host's mood. My skin prickles. The feeling of being watched washes over me again. My eyes dart back over the tree spring. A lone ripple dances on the quiet surface. I take A's advice and clamp my mouth shut. A's approaches nearby Solus, a lanky dog-like one with 6 legs and a crown of tendrils. Several red eyes adorn its side. Its forked tail wags rapidly when Ace squats beside it. He runs his fingers through the tendrils, scratches his chin, and pats his head. A gentle smile plays across A's lips. The affection he holds for the Solus is painfully clear. I love that he loves the monsters. I love it so much. Fuck you. Fuck you, Ace. Maybe he doesn't. I dip my eyes away, my stomach fluttering at the tender sight. It's getting dark out, so this pretty girl will guide you back. Shut up! Shut up! I follow a short whistle from A's lips. It trots over to the entrance obediently, tail swaying. I watch the Solus warily. Pretty is not a word I would use to describe it. I would! And the idea of it protecting me sounds absurd. Shit! If I decide to drink, how do I find you? Find someone with eyes like mine. They'll point you in the right direction. But think it over. Once you drink, you can't go back. It's a lot to process, but I give a small nod. At least I know I have another option for a cure, as disturbing as it may be. I see no reason it can't be a party. I follow the Solus at a measured distance and watch it nudge the giant doors open with ease. When I'm about to cross the threshold, I sneak one last glance behind me. My heart skips when I meet A's eyes. I'm about to snap my head away, but he just flashes me an easy smile. Till next time, Sparrow. I'll buy you a drink for scaring you. I don't trust myself to do anything but respond with another curt nod. Outside, more crimson-eyed Solus scuttle about. It's hard to believe it's the same threatening pack from before. They chase each other in circles, roll around in the bog's mud. Pay no attention to me as the dog-like one escorts me away. It's an uneventful strip. Sometimes the Solus looks over its shoulder or at me to make sure I'm still following. Dust darkens the sky by the time we reach the city. I can't sense the massive heartbeat anymore. Maybe it was all in my head. The Solus sits, canting its head at me with familiar crimson eyes. Wave the Solus pet this. I hate that I have to make a different decision! I hate it! I hate it so much! I hate it more than when I couldn't keep touching Leander! I wave. Ah! I'm too nervous to do anything but give it a wave. It seems to do the trick. No! The Solus spins around and scampers back. Oh, it's so cute! Scampers back in the direction we came, vanishing in the darkness. I just arrived in Iridia, but I've already encountered so many things I thought were impossible, tame Solus being one of them. My head spins. Maybe I should call it a day. Nightfall creeps across the streets of Iridia. The city, labyrinthian, even in daytime, has now become a warren of treacherous alleys. The streets are completely deserted. If I hadn't been here earlier, I would have thought this part of the city abandoned. My steps slow when I hear rustling in the dark. I strain my ears, but everything is still. Is the signs playing tricks on me? Imagine thinks something is wrong. I don't know which one I picked, but this one I don't really care. I like the decisions are going to lead the same place for the most part. Balance, balance, balance. No! Damn! Sorry, moving on. I'm imagining things. I take a deep breath, quelling an instinctive flicker of fear. I know my nerves are shot, but if I give in to paranoia and start running, I'll just get lost. Though I keep my eyes sharp and listen intently, there's only one sound of my own footsteps. As moments pass and nothing happens, I begin to wonder if I really did imagine that noise. I turn the next corner, and my thoughts come screaming to a halt. My head spins, the world blurring as adrenaline rushes through my veins. Only one thing is clear amidst the haze. My boyfriend's back and I'm gonna get in trouble. Hey nah, my boyfriend's back. The soulless that attacked the caravan. I guess it can't be this soulless because, okay, my theory just got stabbed. Anyways, it crouched over a dark, indistinct shape, a body. A garland of intestines spills from pallid flesh. Blood grouts the cobblestones. Holding my breath, I take a step backward. When the wet, slurping sounds don't abate, I take another. Then another. Then a shard of glass crunches under my heel. The world slows to a crawl as the soulless raises its head, blood dripping from its tendrils. Every single one of its bulging eyes fixed unblinkingly on me. It's really here. It's come back for me. Run. I'm off like a shot, running for my life through the darkened streets. Behind me, a piercing bass splits the silence, and heavy footfalls pound after me. My heart thunders in my chest. I take turns at random, trying to lose the soulless in the maze of streets, but I can't seem to shake it. I can hear its breathing now, a wet, fluttering rasp drawing closer and closer. The same claws that severed my arms swipe out. I duck, saved by pure reflex and a skid around a corner, only to freeze. A wall twice as high as me bars my way, a dead end. Behind me, the soulless looms. It's enormous, taking up nearly the entire width of the alleyway. Its long, claw-tipped limbs give it the advantage of reach. Alright, I know, we don't pick this one, so we're gonna try to escape. As the soulless draws closer, my eyes dart from side to side, looking for an escape. The soulless is blocking the obvious way out, but right behind me, there's a rickety door that must lead into the adjoining building. If I can get inside, the soulless eyes will hinder any attempt to pursue me. I whirl, grabbing the handle. It turns completely. The hinge is creaking as I push, and I feel a flash of hope before a weight hits the door from the other side, and it slams shut. The clink of the lock turning is grimly final. In this wretched world, few people will stick their neck out to help their own flesh and blood. Never mind a stranger. The soulless gives a rasping hiss. It's the only warning I get before it lunges for me with a flash of claws. I hurl myself to the side, but the slick cobblestones return me. I fall, sprawling over the rough stone. As the soulless looms over me, I scramble away from it until my back hits the wall. There's nowhere left to go. It descends on me for the kill. But the impact never comes. I wearily crack an eye open, then the other, not sure whether I should believe what I'm seeing. A hooded figure crouches in front of me, one bloodstained hand outstretched. Moonlight silvers the edge of their stiletto knife. Their face and hands are splattered with blood, and the soulless. My eyes dart past my unexpected rescuer, the misshapen form behind them. The soulless's many eyes, only restless environment, now look dull and waxy. A red pool spreads slowly from under its body. So I guess They are very pretty. I guess my theory, at the least, that it can't be that soulless if the Doctor is a soulless. I wouldn't say it completely negates my theory, but it does put a little bit of a hole in it, because obviously, that soulless, unfortunately, does not make it. Numb with shock, I can't help but stare. After all the people it's killed, after nearly killing me twice, I can hardly believe it's dead. Well, I gingerly take the offered hand. The hunter's gaze dips to my bandages. Pale lips part on the brink of question, then close again. With the strength belying their slight frame, they pull me upright. Something about them is strange, unlike any human or monster I've ever met. I can't quite place my finger on why, and that's a first. I feel the tension in their grip. Their fingers tremble like they want to pull away, a sensation I'm all too familiar with myself. Despite their obvious discomfort, they pause for a moment, pale eyes sweeping over me. Not going to fall. Then I shake my head. They hastily let go, and when I shake my head, they hastily let go and back off, wiping the blood from their face and hands. Oh my god. Oh. The hunter turns away from me, the heel of their boot hitting the soulless, gangly body. They lean over it, studying it intently. With their back to me, I realize that their hooded silhouette is familiar. I saw them outside the cenobium. Vestigial or functional? I'm startled at my thoughts when they speak, but they aren't looking at me. Can't all be processed in the brain. Its acceptable lobes would have to be enormous. In fact, I don't think they're talking to me at all. Oxy what? Stay quiet. Oxy what? They jump like they spooked a cat, curling their face to me. I hold my hands up, trying not to startle them any further. I didn't think you were still here. Oh, is that what I should have picked? Oh, it's slightly low? Okay. Sorry. No, sorry. Let me take a little bit. Let me finish my drink. I didn't think you were still here. So, do you need something? What were you talking about? I saw you at the cenobium earlier. I wanted to thank you. I saw you at the cenobium earlier. Do students there usually go soulless hunting at night? I wouldn't know. I'm not a student. Teacher then? No. Then what were you... Before I can finish my question, they interrupt me. What are you thinking, traveling alone at night? This is far from the worst thing haunting Lowtown. I can't make heads or tails of them. First they saved me, and now they scold me. Lesson learned. I could do without the lecture, though. To my surprise, they break eye contact. They frown, though their disapproval doesn't seem directed at me. If you're not going to run off screaming, you might as well wait until I'm done. Their attention glides back to the soulless corpse. They examine it with an inscrutable expression. I clear my throat to fill the silence. I'm Pali. Min. Suddenly, Min tenses. Their blade flashes as they drive it into the back of the soulless neck. The soulless lashes once, letting out a rattled hiss as the air leaves its lungs. Min leans on the blade, driving it deeper and deeper until there's a sickening crunch, and the creature goes limp. My heart thuds in my chest. It must have been clinging to life by a thread. Min straightens up, withdrawing their blade in a single, smooth motion. Better to put wretched things like this out of their misery. They calmly clean the blood from their knife. I swallow, my eyes still glued to the cooling corpse. Are you some kind of scientist? Why is the soulless inside the city? I think this one. Why is the soulless inside the city? Min looks at me, eyes searching before realization dawns. You're new here. There are no walls around the city. Soulless can come and go as they please, until someone is contracted to stop them. The cenobium's patrols don't protect Lowtown. Not anymore. Let me guess, you're not a fan of the cenobium. 'Cause nobody is! I wouldn't go that far. Either way, it looks like I owe you. Min's brow abruptly furrows, and they sheathe their knife, motioning for me to follow. It's not safe here. The vultures can smell death. I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I don't want to be lost. I don't want to stay lost in the city. I trail behind them as they stride down the street. If so dangerous, then why are you helping me? I came for the bounty on that Solus, and you were in the way. Not killing you isn't the same as helping you. Don't count on being so lucky again, or you'll be dead by sunrise. Their answer is stingingly harsh. You know what? Fine. I just need to find my lodgings. I hold my hands up, trying to forestall any more snippy comments. Alright, I get it. I'd love to get out of your way, but I'm sort of lost. I'm the most convenient bait. I just need directions back to my lodgings. They brow furrow slightly, they open their mouth, and for a moment I could swear they look regretful. They sigh and shake their head. It's too dangerous at this hour. I'll take you wherever you're staying. I was expecting to get directions, given their attitude. When they realize I'm staring, they look away with a huff. It'll be faster, that's all. I have a room at the Wetwick. At the name, Min's face falls. That gaudy cesspit. Not a fan? It's full of drunks and idiots. What do you think? True, it doesn't seem like their kind of place. Well, that's where I'm staying. Are you taking back your offer? Min exhales sharply and shakes their head. Yeah, God, stupid me. This way. Min's route is completely different from my slow, early morning meandering. Their steps are swift and sure, even though all the streets blur together in the dark. You know this city pretty well. I grew up here. I think that's the first thing that they've told me voluntarily since we met. Was it always like this? Min's gaze wanders, dragging along the dingy buildings. I struggle to decipher their expression. Regret? No. Iridia was never perfect, but it used to be a place worth living. I can't make heads or tails of Min's answer. Iridia is the last bastion of humanity in this wasteland. Where else is worth living? The Wetwick's not much farther now. In no time at all, the shadowy alleys of Lowtown give way to brightly lit avenues and crowds of lively people. It's as if half the city has poured into the mirrorless district in colorful streets. Laughter, clinking glasses, and music assault my ears from every direction. Yet most of the noises come from the Wetwick. Its doors hang wide open, bright lanterns frame a tall and familiar figure. Pali? And Min, I see. It's hard to say which of us is more surprised. You know each other? Min is a freelancer who has done a few errands for me. They are quite reliable. Though I can't say I remember you ever escorting travelers. Pali walked in the jaws of a Solus. I thought bringing him here would be less trouble. If you're staying here, I take it the editor was able to help you. As it happens, I was also heading that direction. Shall we? Fine. He still owes me for yesterday's... Oh, wait, no. That's them. Fine. He still owes me for yesterday's work. Min drags their feet, reluctantly trailing into the tavern. I think we're making good time! Going considerably faster. Good for us. Normally, this is where the 4-hour mark hit, so we should be good! Yay! Hopefully. Fingers crossed. As soon as the door opens, a wave of sticky heat rolls over me. In the hour since I left, the wick has grown suffocatingly crowded. Karash stands a head taller than most. Even so, I nearly lose sight of him amid the sea of swarming bodies. Pardon me? As if on cue, the crowd parts. Karash glances over his shoulder at Min and me before gliding through. How can anyone breathe in here? Min follows at a clip pace. Behind the bar, Lander holds a pair of shot glasses brimming with luminous green liquid. And now for the finishing touch. A flash of magic paints the glasses white with frost. You'll never guess what's in these. He slides the glasses across the counter, and I get my third and fourth shocks of the evening in rapid succession. A's leans against the bar, an elbow propped on the counter. He catches the glasses and lifts one to the light before turning it upside down. The contents, magically congealed, stay firmly in place. You're supposed to make drinks, pretty boy. Don't tell me you're wasted already. Veer, perched on the counter beside Ace, looks at the shot glass and shakes his head. What have we here? A bucket full of boogers. Leander's nose treasure? You've eaten worse. Veer's lips twitch and his ears flatten when offered a glass. Ace snickers. Coward. Don't tell me you're actually... In one fluid motion, Ace throws his head back and downs the shot. Unless he's... I like a good surprise in my drink. Wait. You know what? No, I'm gonna leave it. Drinking that. A dark look crosses Ace's face. It's chewy. Chewy? Wait, let me try that again. Behind me, Min grumbles. I told you this place was a nest of degenerates. If it isn't Karash and Min! At the sound of Leander's voice, Min's pale eyes grow wide. They look ready to bolt until Karash sets a hand on their shoulder. This will not take long, I promise. Min's eyes dart from Karash's hand to his face, then soften. Fine, you first. While they step forward, I linger behind, struck by sudden revelation. All the people I've met recently know each other. Good evening, Leander. Ace, another drinking competition, I presume? Is it evening already? Just some friendly rivalry, Doctor. No need to be alarmed. Karash nods the Leander with a slight nod, ignoring Veer entirely. Not that Veer seems to mind. He tilts his head up, lips curving into an impish smile when he spots Min brooding behind Karash. I almost didn't see you there, Min. Looking for your booster seat? Min pushes their hood back and levels Veer with a cold look. I thought pets weren't allowed in here. Veer's eyes narrow. Why he gotta have all that cleavage? For why? For what? At the first sign of an impending fight, Leander vaults over the counter. Let's try and keep the peace. It's not every day the esteemed doctor takes us up on a drink. His arm snakes around Karash's shoulder. You are finally taking me up on that drink, right, Karash? I'm afraid not. We're merely escorting Pali back to his lodgings. Karash gestures in my direction and my stomach sinks. I reluctantly step into the light. It's a really good drawing. Wait till you see the full thing. Leander's face brightens as soon as he sees me. Pali! It's been too long! Everyone, this is Pali. He's new to Iridia. I feel 4 pairs of eyes fixed on me, and suddenly the bar seems suffocatingly small. My voice nearly catches in my throat. I can't imagine this is going to be that different. I think I was like, I was like, hi! Again. This one. Hi, everyone. Again. Again? You've met? Ace and Veer regard me with subtly amused expressions. We did. Not that long ago, either. To think we'd cross paths again. It must be fate. I roll my eyes. Veer looks far too pleased with himself. Look at it all together! I love it! I love the composition and contrast between the colors here. It's so good. Also, them thighs! Those ribs all out and about! God damn! God damn! This calls for drinks. I'm buying. All eyes turn to Leander, freeing me from the burden of attention. I still can't believe they all know each other. Watching them talk among themselves is surreal. You're having fucked. Oh, laughing. No, yeah, no. Let's be real here. I think, honestly, all of them have, except for, okay, maybe these two haven't fucked, but everybody else, Min, I don't know yet. I don't know. Min's got, I feel like Min and the doctor got a thing, but that's just me. That's just me. They had a threesome at least once. They better. Also, Ficklinks. But for the first time since I undertook this journey to Iridia, I feel a faint glimmer of hope. I know I was meant to meet them. The low, pleasant rumble of Leander's laughter pulls me from my restless thoughts. I've got to admit, I'm surprised. You make friends fast, Pally. I wouldn't go that far. We're more like acquaintances. A wise man once said that acquaintances are merely friends you haven't shared a drink with yet. A wise man? You said that. Here. Last week. Min's lip curl with distaste, but Landers continues unperturbed. Let's toast to Pally's health. Care to join in, Doctor? Crush politely declines with a wave of his hand. Right? Like, that's the feeling I get. I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I feel these two. I feel these two a lot. How about you, Min? No. Are you? No. A resounding pop pierces the din of the bar. We all turn to find the bartender pouring champagne from an old bottle. It's labeled a warm drink. He hands the drink to Veer. When did they start serving champagne here? Veer pauses to lick the foam from his fingers with a coy smile. You don't mind, do you? In a blink, the concern on Lander's face vanishes. No, be my guest. While chuckling, Lander shoots the bartender a questioning look. Completely disinterested in his company, Ace cans his head at me with a light smile. And how about you, Sparrow? I said I'd buy you a drink. No, my treat. Ace regards Lander over the rim of his glass. In the dim light, the glint in his eyes looks downright dangerous. What'll it be, Pally? Water's fine. Because I took the drink last time. Allow me. Lander pushes away from the counter to flag down the bartender. Min and Karash drift toward one end of the bar. Both seem eager to leave at a moment's notice. And neither has ordered anything. Bays and Veer linger. Several glasses stand empty between them, and the two show no signs of slowing down. Last time I went to make up my bitchy trio. Now I'm gonna go hang with my fellow NB baddie and the doctor. It's less crowded further down the bar, and my breathing eases. I never like packed spaces. Grosh gives me a knowing look as I approach. Were the Wick's offerings not to your liking? Let me guess. I'll end up face down in the barrel after a sip of anything here. His mouth quirks, but he shakes his head. Quite the opposite. The drinks are notoriously watered down. It lowers costs while encouraging the patrons to overindulge. Min looks up from adjusting the laces of their bracers. The only reason anyone bothers coming here is for the cheap rooms and cheaper drinks. Perfect condition for terrible mistakes. It almost sounds like you're speaking from experience. Their pale face reddens, and they look away, scowling. Later returns with a glass of water that I accept with a murmured thanks. He claps hands. He claps, drawing the attention of the group. All right, everyone, let's toast. May Pally's stay in Iridia be full of bright adventures and discoveries. Cheers! Leander, Aze, and Veer raise their glasses in unison. Min only crosses their arms, and Karash watches with polite indifference. The water is bitter, cold, and tastes faintly metallic, but I savor it all the same. Gradually, the din of the crowded bar fades to a low murmuring. Nothing bad will happen! Nothing bad will happen! I find myself relaxing for what feels like the first time in years. Aren't you the popular one, Pally? You must have met Karash first. It would be more accurate to say that I found him. He saved my life. I merely performed my duty as a doctor. Although, I'll admit, I was confused when I woke up and naked. Leander makes a choke noise somewhere behind him, Min sighs. It's not what you think. Pally was in grave condition. I could hardly treat such injuries through tattered clothes. The silence that follows stretches uncomfortably long. I look away, unable to face Karash's disappointment, and catch Veer snickering behind his hand. That's my cue to change the topic. Karash isn't the only one who saved me today. Don't you listen. I didn't save you. It was simply there. That's Min for you. Leander reaches for Min, but they duck their hand. They duck under his arm with practiced ease. As reliable as they are moody. You'll want to talk considering you neglected to warn him to stay off the streets at night. What? Of course I warned him. I think. Min's only response is a short breath. At any rate, I never got a chance to thank you, Min. Don't. The less service alive, the better. Min's eyes flick towards A's, and their lips twist. A's is too busy nodding along to Veer's enthusiastic pantomime of stabbing to notice. I've had enough of this hellhole. Let's go. Min and Karash share a brief look. Then the doctor speaks up. Very well, but there is something that I must discuss with Leander. If you'll excuse us, Pally. And just like that, the three of them depart, leaving me alone to sip my water in silence. Or so I think, until I hear a voice so soft and low it's practically a purr. Lost your tour guide. I turn to find two pairs of slit eyes trained on me. It's not lost on me that A's and Veer chose to pounce the instant the others left. Of course, I'd be stuck with the two most irritating people. Of course, I'd be stuck with the two most irritating people I've met all day. Monsters or not, there's no telling what I'll do if either of them push me again. Don't tell me Leander already snuck out the back to get his knob slobbered. He's got business with Karash and Min. Doctor, and then they have words. Oh, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. 100%. One time they were both drunk. Yep. Agreed entirely. Oh, okay. 2-on-1 business then. Lucky. I can't tell if it's the champagne or the company, but Veer has grown noticeably more relaxed. He sits with his chin propped on the back of his hand. His tail sways lazily. Why are you so far away? Come join us. I pass the empty bar stool beside A's, but I hesitate. Small Veer swears is sweet and distinctly sly. And with drinks in the mix, I dread how he and A's will mess with me next. We don't bite. Please do! I'm not so sure about that. He already tried to rob me, and you threatened me. Me? Steve. You must be mistaken. You sure that was me? Yes, it was you. And then you had the gall to kick me out so you could go drinking. Ace gives another one of his shrugs. Had to give you a reason to come looking. You missed me already. I stare at him flatly, unimpressed by his deflection. Veerson leans toward me, gossamer sleeves pooling where he rests his elbows on his knees. Ace sets his hand on Veer's waist, narrowly preventing him from tipping off the counter. I'm afraid we got off on the wrong foot. How about we start fresh? Begin the proper introductions and whatnot. I'll start. My name's Veer. I'm a soulless hunter of no small renown. Veer's hand flutters to his chest and he bows his head, flinching when hair falls over his eyes. These two? Oh yeah. No. These two, regular thing. It's consistent. It's anytime they go drinking. It's like, they both could leave with someone else, but they're their backup plan, and so they always have a sure thing. But it always ends up being them. Ace doesn't say anything, so I suppose it's my turn now. You already know my name. I'm certain you already know my name. Hard not to, and then just shouts it every other second. Veer tips his head back and drains the rest of the champagne. It's a pleasure to formally meet you. Pally. He says my name slowly and deliberately, savoring every syllable. There's two! A tingle jumps down my spine. I quickly turn my gaze away. Ace smirks at my reaction. Is something funny? Nope. I open my mouth and close it just as quickly. They want me to react, goading me into another ridiculous game. While their sharp cat-like eyes keep me on edge, something about this tension is fun. Oh, to be in an A's and Veers sandwich. It must be the fatigue. A flash of light over A's shoulder catches my eyes. Across the bar, Karash heads to the door. I don't see Leander or Min, but it feels wrong to tell the doctor to let the doctor leave without saying goodbye. I'll be back. Veer grins and waves at me as I leave. I slip through the crowd, careful not to touch anyone, but just as I'm nearing Karash, I stagger, shoulder checked by a man with a neck twice as wide as his head. He stares down at me, nostrils flaring. Out of my way, shit stain! Asshole! I mutter while massaging my throbbing elbow. The lowlife wheels around, shoving an adder out of the way so he can close in on me. What did you say? He shoves me backwards, sending me stumbling to the sticky floor. I'm fine, but my heart leaps into my throat when I see him bearing down on me. You trying to stop something here? The lowlife freezes, his fist cocked back. A group of adders circles him, sizing him up. For what feels like an agonizingly long time, the lowlife looks from me to the adders. Finally, he sniffs and spits on the floor next to me. The wad narrowly misses my cheek. Screw it. Too many freaks in this circus tonight. He turns his back on me and comes face to face with A's. He gives the lowlife a dangerous smile. You'll do. What happens next is a blur. A's fist crashes in the man's jaw, causing a frenzy of gas shouts and even cheers. I scramble to my feet as the frantic crowd swarms around me. Through the ruckus, I hear Leander shouting. Take it outside, A's! Everyone drinks are on me! With that, the wick erupts and hoots and cheers. The ring around me disperses as adders and onlookers rush toward the bar. Through the thinning crowd, I catch glimpses of... Oh my god! I can speak! I know words! Through the thinning crowd, I catch glimpses of familiar faces. A's vanishes out the back, dragging a lowlife behind him. Karash lingers near the door, searching, I suspect, for any wounded before he departs. Min draws their hood up tight as they duck out the side door, while Veer leans over the counter to swipe a glass of wine behind the bar. And Leander, seated at the opposite end of the bar, gestures dramatically and apologetically at the bartender. In a heartbeat, I realize that there's no telling when or if I'll see them ever again. Whoever I pursue may be the last person I get to speak to tonight. I follow. And that is where we will end it. Well, not end it. We're going to take our final break. And then we come back. We are going to go through all of these scenes. We will go through each and every one. We'll take our time. We will skip A's because that's in the other video. If we have enough time to do his scene again, we might, but that's only if we have time. But yeah, we will go through, we'll start with Karash and work our way down, and then and then go right back around to A's if we have if we have enough time for it. But yeah, so everybody, go take a little stretch, go, get yourself a drink, maybe a snack, and we will be back in a few minutes. And in the meantime, how about you guys all have fun with some Battle Royale? far, if you wouldn't mind if Battle Royale ends and you just want to like reset it so it keeps happening, I wouldn't mind it. I would appreciate it. But also, if you're busy, no worries. I will come back as soon as I can from doing my own little stretch. All right. Let's go. Looks like you guys will be having one more Battle Royale while we get things started over here. One more! Let's see! Let's see who can win! Whoever where gets to choose. Well, it can be anyone but A's. Unless it's a bot. No, it's gonna be a bot! No, never mind! Well, I guess that means we're just gonna go down the list. When did Soundlords get a fucking thing? I think I got a blacklist. I don't mind having one bot because it gives you guys somebody to bully that's not an actual person whenever you just want to attack something. But I feel like there should only be one, so maybe I'll like blacklist the others. Oh, keep them. Alright. Anyways, we are going to go talk to Karash first. Hot on Karash's heels, I squeeze out of the bar. Of everyone I've met, he seems like the most likely to help me, and the least likely to murder me on a whim. He said I could go to the clinic whenever I needed help. Time to see if he's a man of his word. I breathe a sigh of relief once I'm free of the crowded bar. Hearing me, Karash turns my way. Pali, I take it the Amaryllis district is not to your liking? If nothing else, it's wildly different from the secluded temple where I spent most of my days. I will say, it feels like there's a little bit more flavor text with this background option. It's a bit overwhelming, but that's not why I stepped out. You don't require treatment after all, do you? I scowl up at him, and he holds out his hands in a mollifying gesture. I apologize, Pali. Please, continue. There you are. I don't know who this is. Someone cuts across from me towards Karash, stopping us both in the middle of the street. Even the dim pink haze that blanks everything, there's no mistaking her pressed white uniform. She's from the Cenobium, though the flourishes on her clothing look a bit different from the others I've seen. Yes, he will. I swiftly step back, making myself as inconspicuous as possible. Karash. Nervous onlookers sidestep Karash and the cleric. They form an island of white in a sea of people teeming with color. Is this about time? Resistance is not always a virtue. Yeah, God, sorry. Accents are missing. I only have so many voices that I can do in me, I think. Well, unless I want to start making some of them sound like kids. Resistance is not always a virtue. That's what you said last time. Then take this and be gone. Karash reaches in his coat and produces 3 tiny glass vials, bound together with thick leather cord. A silvery powder shimmers inside. He gently flicks the vials, watching the contents swirl, and extends them to the cleric. This is it? She looks extremely unimpressed. Looks can be deceiving. He throws me a glance and a swift smile, but I'm too surprised to respond. He sells shiny coke! Karash was the first to warn me about the Cenobium. No one had anything good to say about it. And yet here he is, openly dealing with a Cenobium cleric in the Amaryllis district. I glance at Karash and then the cleric, who seems to notice me for the first time. A new patient of yours? Her eyes linger on me for a long, tense moment, but when Karash steps between us, she sighs and disappears into the seething crowd. Pali, is there something amiss? What was that about? Isn't that dangerous? Right! New stuff! New stuff! New stuff! Okay. Yeah, why not? I'll go back to being my Starky self. Yeah, what was that about? Lower your voice. It is of little consequence. That's all you have to say? After the earful you gave me about the cenobium, you... Be calm. He holds one finger to his lips, which suddenly curls into a cat-like smile. But now, please join me on a short stroll. Crush's golden eyes twinkle in the low light. He beckons me away from the main thoroughfare and down a side street filled with vendors hawking late-night snacks. What? Wait! Powerfully curious despite myself, I hurry after Crush. Each of his long, graceful strides easily doubles mine. I catch a glimpse of... I love this music! I catch a glimpse of his gleaming white coat as it disappears around the corner of the street. The moment I catch up, the enticing scent of freshly baked goods floods my nose. My stomach rumbles loud at me. Is he going to get me treats? One honey pistachio cookie, please. Got me right up. Without breaking his swift pace, Crush plucks the sticky confection out of the merchant's hand and offers it to me. Oh, that sounds so good, actually. He got me treats. Okay, okay, doctor, okay. You got game, you got game. You know where it's at. The heavenly smell makes my stomach rumble again. I take a bite without hesitation. That's delicious. I want cookies. It is amusing. Yep, same! Same! Crush watches me with an indulgent smile, and I notice he hasn't gotten anything for me. No, and so he hasn't gotten anything for himself. Blah, blah, blah. You're not hungry? Do not concern yourself with me. I eat humans because I'm a soulless! Sorry. Sorry. I want to be right so bad. He stops mid-sentence, his eyes darting back the way we came. The hairs stick up on the back of my neck. I turn enough just to peek over my shoulder, hoping I don't look too suspicious. Sure enough, it's the same cleric who waylaid us in the street, now looking very irritated. Uh-oh. Well, disappointment can be a learning experience. Glimmers of realization dawn over me as I stare up at him. What exactly was in those vials? Perhaps a potent chemical catalyst. Or some stale fish skin. The two do resemble one another, and it can be quite difficult to tell them apart. Is he serious? Oh, he's a little shit stirrer! Oh, I'm liking the Doctor more and more! I knew I was gonna like these guys more if I got to see their final scenes. I chanced glance at the cleric, who's now trying to elbow her way between the food stalls. A few people move aside, but most don't even notice her efforts. The street is too packed with hungry patrons. Shall we? Without waiting for my response, Crush glides swiftly into the crowd once more. You're messing with her! You're messing with her! You're messing with a cenobium cleric? I said lovingly. I'm astounded you would even suggest it. Oh, I like him so much now. Crush! I must still look incredulous and horny because his smile softens. He lifts his hand as if to pat my shoulder, then stops himself. You have nothing to fear from her. He ducks into what looks like an abandoned doorway that opens into a small covered market. The stalls here are packed with more spices than I knew existed. Taking a short breath makes me sneeze. Crush slows his pace, occasionally pausing to examine the insistent hawker's wares. Wait. He looks up from a display of livid red leaves, each as long as my forearm. You said I have nothing to fear, but everyone in Ridda seems wary of the cenobium. People fear the obvious trappings of power, wealth, of course, or an ostentatious tower. For my part, I find such trappings disappointing. Cenobium once had great potential. They squandered it decades ago in the pursuit of trinkets, pleasure, and petty tyranny. Their narrow, prosaic interests have rendered them blind to all else that moves. I think that's the most I've ever heard Krosh say, on any topic. Achoo! I don't sneeze like that. I sneeze like a fucking monster. You sound like you know them well. Krosh lets out a long, low sigh. You miss little, Pally. Familiarity breeds contempt, and I am more familiar with the Cenobium's crude methods than I would like to be. Now I'm getting somewhere. Something beyond vague warnings or swift deflections. I decide to press the point while I have the chance. Familiar how? Krosh stops in front of a pickled fruits display, and I nearly run into his back. He steps aside at the last moment and rests his arm gently but firmly on my waist. I tense, but he's careful to avoid my bandaged hands. Our pursuer refuses to take no for an answer. Again, I thought we'd lost her in the crowd. I crane my neck to look for the cleric, but Krosh shakes his head. This way. The next street over is home to high-end brothels with steep stairways and shadowy passages, perfect for discreet trysts or losing a persistent tail. Pink curtains and painted facades sprawl around me like a giant, colorful warren. It only takes a few more twists and turns down blind alleys and narrow walkways before I'm completely turned around. Krosh, however, seemed to be following some map in his mind. He takes each turn with swift confidence, guiding me with the occasional nudge. The passages between teetering buildings are so narrow that we have to slink through single file. Just a little further. His effortless grace is almost infuriating. It takes every ounce of concentration I have to avoid tripping over loose tiles, discarded clothes, and unidentifiable rubbish. Rubbish! Ella! Meanwhile, Krosh's long legs seem to float over every obstacle. His clothes are still pristine despite the soot-stained walls around us. How the hell does he do that? I'm still trying to puzzle it out when I realize how warm the alley has become. Is it getting hot in here? A tiny gap between Krosh and me radiates heat, like a brilliant midday sun at the peak of summer. At the start, I realize it's more than physical warmth. The sensation calms and my nerves quiet, the sensation calms my nerves and quiets my mind, the closest thing I've ever felt to a comforting embrace. Fall back, stay closer, reach for his hand. Oh, it's red! Should I press the red button? No, I shouldn't press the red button. How could I press the red button? I obviously should not press the red button. I'm gonna press the red button. Instinct and longing overthrow reason. I watch as if in slow motion, where my bandaged fingers reach for his. This is why I risk life and limb, isn't it? Chasing a cure, a fool's hope of safety and warmth. Krosh turns just before I brush the hem of his sleeve, and common sense visually reasserts itself. Pally. I want to leap back and bury my hands in my cloak, but those golden eyes pierce through me, staking me to the ground. I'm so sorry, Shh. You've done nothing wrong. His long fingers clasp my outstretched palm. My imagination conjures wild images of his touch, sparking a flame, rendering cotton and cursed flesh to ash. Instead, taking infinite care not to stir my bandages, he lowers my hand. Follow me. We have nearly lost our pursuer. Sorry, I'm trying to talk relatively quickly so we can get through all of them, but I'm tongue twisting. Ooh, look at this pretty background. We didn't get this before. It's so pretty! We emerge on the opposite side of the Emeraldist district. Warm light dances across the river from all directions. I approach the edge of the water, transfixed. It's incredible. Iridia holds beauty and horror in equal measure. Did you enjoy your impromptu tour? Relief escapes me in a tired laugh. After narrowly escaping death, playing keep away from a Cenobian cleric almost seems normal. It was a nice change of pace. He laughs too, a soft and pleasant chuckle completely at odds with his usual cool demeanor. Are you sure we've lost her? She will not deign to follow us this far. He sounds confident enough. I was starting to wonder if we'd have to make a full circuit of the city to ditch her. A flicker of lamplight falls across the shore, softening his features. I should escort you back to your lodgings. It would be unwise to let you go alone. What about you? Are you staying at the Wet Wick? Of course not. Then you're going back to your clinic alone? You just said that was a bad idea. He pauses, stares at me, then his expression relaxes into a gentle smile. Fear not, Pali. Only the most desperate of foolish would dare lay a hand on me. It sounds insane after 2 near-death soulless encounters, but part of me believes him. Soulless! A few townsfolk huddle beneath street lamps and in doorways, desperate to be as close to safety as possible. Karash, on the other hand, looks more relaxed than ever. He strolls along the riverbank as if it were broad daylight. Even walking beside him makes me feel more secure, warmer inside and out. I seize the faint spark of hope and muster my courage. Did you mean it this morning, when you said I could come back to you for help? Every word. His mirth vanishes, replaced by calm focus. I don't know what to say to that. I half expected his offer to be a courtesy, an easy way to get me out of the door. The fact that he meant it. Why do you ask? His eyes flicker briefly into my arm, the one that he miraculously reattached when he found me. I can almost imagine him counting the neat stitches. I wanted to be sure. I'm still figuring out who's trustworthy and who's trouble. I see. Liberty does tend to attract extreme individuals. Including you? Ha, Pali. I refuse to incriminate myself in your eyes. I can recognize a smooth reflection when I hear one. If he won't talk more about himself, maybe he'll tell me about someone else. I decide to ask about... I'll ask him about Min. I'm not gonna go through all of these, I don't think. Just because time-wise, I don't know that that's the best move. But I'll try to ask each of them about a different someone. Sounds like you and Min know each other well. Brush heaves a long-suffering sigh. I know them better than most, but not as well as I would like. Like you, Min is a recent arrival. Their time has been particularly difficult, as much as I would like to help. Didn't Min say that they grew up here? Or am I wrong? He trails off, but I know exactly what he's talking about. Min doesn't seem like the sort to accept help. Do they always pick fights with adversaries twice their size? I have implored them not to. They rarely listen. Anything else? With my curiosity sated for now, I fall silent. I wish Karash had given me a little more to go on, but he's almost as tight-lipped about the others as he is about himself. When we circled back to the Wet Wick, the Amaryllis district seems even more raucous than before. Drunken patrons overflow into the wine-scented streets. How am I supposed to sleep with all this racket? I suggest the stiffest drink at the bar. Alternatively, a bowl of wax. Very funny. Even with how tired I am, I'm not sure I will get a wink of sleep. I'm about to say goodnight when someone staggers out of the Wet Wick and collides into me. I stumble back, heels turning on the edge of the filthy gutter. Pali? The next thing I know, a pair of warm arms catches me around the waist. I find myself staring up at Karash, pressed against his chest. His grasp loosens, but it doesn't quite let me go. Something shifts in his gaze. His eyes fix on my face, and I feel myself growing hot all over his intense scrutiny. What does he see in me? What's he looking for? Karash? My apologies. Even after moving away, Karash's warmth permeates my clothes. I quickly tug my cloak straight, trying to reflect my scattered thoughts. Actually, it's tug your cloak gay. It's Pride Month. Get on it. Good night. Thanks for everything today. You are most welcome. He turns around and sits in the crowd, though I can pick out his pristine white coat with ease. A chilly gust howls down the street. When did it get so cold? Alright. That's the end of that. We're gonna go back to the main menu, or... Yes, because we're doing it again! We're gonna continue from here. So now we're gonna talk to Min! I'll take another chug of drink. Oh boy, my throat. So much talking for like 4 hours. I can't let Min slip away so easily. That might be the most standoffish person I've met so far, but they're the only one who seems somewhat neutral on the Cenobium. My gut tells me they know more about the tower than they're letting on. By the time I make it out of the bar, Min's already halfway down the street. Drawing my cloak close to ward off the chill, I hurry after them, but at this hour the Emeralds district is full of carousers. While Min slips through the crowd with surprising agility, I struggle to keep pace. The edge of their cloak flutters as they fade around the corner. Determined to catch up, I take the same turn into a dim side street. We're gonna get attacked again, aren't we? But Min is nowhere to be seen. Oh no! Didn't you learn your lesson earlier? I nearly jump out of my skin, whirling to find Min behind me. They don't even look ruffled. They fold their arms, pointedly staring me down. I thought nearly getting eaten would have taught you that being out alone at night is very dangerous. I'm not alone though, am I? It's a good thing I'm not alone then, isn't it? Min looks at me in blank confusion for a moment before realization dawns. Are you always so persistent? I don't really know how to read them. They shift between aggressive and hesitant without warning. I have no idea how to tell which way they'll swing. But I can't help feeling a little thrill when pink swoops across their cheeks. I can agree to that. They are cute when they blush. I want to see them frazzled though. I kind of have to be. It's how I stay alive. Min recovers their composure quickly, mouth shifting into a frown. They glance away, eyes scanning the street. Their gaze lingers on a particular building, another tavern, before they look back at me. You've been lucky so far, but it won't last. Nobody in this city is trustworthy. Not even you. Especially not me. I've met clams that open up more willingly than men, but even if they don't talk about themselves much, they must have opinions on... Crush. You and Crush seem to get along, though. The tense lines of Min's face soften. Oh, yes! My ship is sailing! I think the only thing that could stop me going for, like, if Karash was a Solus, I think the only thing that could stop me going for him is that I want this too. He's an exception. Few people are willing to help others, fewer still when there is any risk involved. And of them, Karash is unique. Their first smile is right as when Karash is brought up! It's adorable! Join my propaganda. Oh, I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm deep in it. I will. You send me art. You send me art. I'll send you fix. I have a feeling that Min doesn't smile often, but the curve of their lips, however slight, is unmistakable. They catch themselves, eyes glazing over with feigned indifference. He's not the worst. A decent doctor, even if he asks too many questions. Excuse me? But nothing in Meridia is free. If Scrooge is a Solus, imagine how hot that would be. Like a Solus hunter and an aware Solus. The drama! They already have funny photos. Yeah! Oh my god, send it to me! He didn't take any payment from me. He rarely does. What are you doing? Get out of there! Repto! Baby, come here. Don't blink at me! Get out of the candle drawer! I love you too. Now come here. There we go. Good boy. Sorry about that. It rarely does. That just means he's paying down the debt elsewhere. I guess that's enough for now. Doors bang open at the end of the street. Light and laughter pours out of the tavern, followed by a group of giggling people in white uniforms. I love me Hunter with a big gentle soulless man. Yes! Yes, I'd be so for it. Again, this is just my theory, and honestly, with the fact that the soulless that attacked us being killed earlier, it does poke some holes. But I'm still about it. I'm still about it, and if it ends up being an AU, it is an AU that you and I can indulge in. Snowbeam students having a night out on the town. Min hesitates only for a moment before they start down the street after the students. When I follow close on their heels, they grimace, speaking through gritted teeth. Why are you still following me? I don't know how much more Min will tell me, if they'll tell me anything at all, but I have to ask. They're the closest thing I have to a lead. Ahead of us, the students pile into another bar. Min ducks into the alley next to it. If nobody in the city is trustworthy, what about the Snowbeam? The line of their narrow shoulders abruptly tenses. They lift their chin, giving me a wary look. You're a stubborn one, aren't you? Grosh must have warned you about the nature of Iridia's currency. Right. Information and secrets. I fidget, uncertain. I don't trust Min's unpredictable moods, and clearly there are things they aren't saying. Their eyes dip towards my hands, passing over the bandages like razor. That steady gaze full of keen-edged possibility. I shiver, hastily shoving my hands in my pockets. They frown, but their eyes drift away from me to the window of the bar next to us. It's opaque, either frosted glass or caked in dust. Some of the warm light diffuses into the alley. The Snowbeam is a place of learning. If someone has questions that can't be answered elsewhere, the Snowbeam might have the solution. Or at least, that's how it was, once upon a time. These days, its doors are closed to outsiders. That's about what I expected after being shooed up earlier. Just as I start to relax, they speak again. Whatever you're looking for there, the cost may be higher than you're willing to pay. The sheer hypocrisy of the words ticks me off. What gives you the right to talk when you're doing the exact same thing as me? What questions are you asking that only the Snowbeam can answer? That's personal. So there is something Min's looking for at the Snowbeam. Oh, don't stop it, baby. I suppose that makes two of us. They're following groups of Snowbeam students around. They must not be having much luck either. Everyone else seems to fear or hate the Snowbeam, but you don't. They flinch. Spurred by curiosity and lingering annoyance, I press forward. You must know something about them. Something you haven't told Leander or Karash. But they're not letting you in, which means you're one of the outsiders. In the space between one breath and the next, Min closes the distance between us. Slender fingers grip the front of my shirt, and they slam me against the wall with shocking strength. Hello? Hello? The force of the moot knocks their hood back, messy hair fluttering around their face. I'm standing on tiptoe. Min's lifted me nearly off the ground with a single hand. Hot. The realization sends an electric single down my spine. Before I can begin to wonder what that's about, Min snarls in my face. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. The angry twist of their mouth draws my eyes down to the beauty spot at the corner of their lips. I can't stop staring at it. This is not the time, me! Or is it? The mark's incongruously delicate compared to their fiery gaze, their steel bone grip. But then, so is the rest of them. Neither do you. You don't know what I need! Neither do you. We're practically strangers, so why are you acting like you know anything about me? Your line of questioning isn't exactly subtle, and you're not hard to guess that this is something to do with your hand, and it's not hard to guess that this is something to do with your hands. You think you can use me to get into Cenobium? Don't be naive. I don't get angry easily. I can't afford to when a moment's carelessness could be fatal. When Min mentions my hands, my tentacle flares hot. Who says I'm the one who needs you? Realization struck me like a thunderclap. You're not getting anywhere by yourself either, are you? But you can't make yourself ask for help. You're stuck, and it's your own fault. I braced myself, expecting Min to snap at me again. Instead, their eyes drop. Their brow furrows in frustration, but the twist of their mouth is miserable. Their voice trembles almost imperceptibly when they speak. I know. This city only cares about what you can give, or what it can take from you. Information, power, connections. If you're an outsider here, nobody will help you. Nobody will even try. You don't belong anywhere. My heart thuds in my chest for an entirely different reason now. They seem suddenly very small. Alone. Like me. Min. Min jerks backwards, releasing me so abruptly that I nearly stumble. Maybe they realized how close they were. Maybe they said too much. Press forward, let them go. Fuck it, I'm pressing forward! Determined not to let us go, I press forward. Min takes another step back, but this time they're the one that... and with their back against the wall. Sniffles Bochi! Look, we both want something from the Cenobium, right? But neither of us are going to get anywhere on our own. We could help each other. It's worth a shot, don't you think? Min sighs. They sound annoyed, but any real hostility seems to have gone out of them. We've made it this far already. I'll grant you that. But if you're looking for help, you should look elsewhere. If you stay too close to me, you'll get hurt. Before I can think of what to say, the tavern doors bang open again. The Cenobium students spill out, considerably drunker. Their ranks seem to have swelled with other barflies. The group floods back into town, towards the great tower, rising moonward. As I'm distracted by the commotion, Min draws their hood up and slips away from me. I catch Min's eyes just for a moment, then they're gone, vanishing into the crowd. Alright! Next up, Veer! We're saving Attack Poodle and Zell's boys for last. Potentially. Of all the people I met, only one left me with more questions than answers. Veer knows more than he's letting on. I'm certain of it. Still, lingering doubt looms heavy over my decision. Can I really trust someone who lies so readily? You're teasing us. Of course I am! I've got to keep you enraptured. That's my job, baby. Gotta leave you wanting more! Returning to the bar is slow work, with a heavy crowd vying for drinks. Oh, nice! This will be new for you. When I see Veer, he's leaning against the counter, elbows propped on the edge with a wine glass raised to his lips. I catch myself staring, and judging by the looks I see thrown his way, I'm not the only one. Yet there's a clear ring around Veer no one else seems bold enough to cross. Nyla, wake up! It's your mans! Nyla, wake up! Nyla, come back! Yeah, whereas I catch myself judging by the looks I've seen thrown his way. I'm not the only one. Yet there's a clear ring around Veer no one else seems to bold enough to cross. Yay! Tickle, tickle, tickle! Tickle, tickle, tickle! We got your slutty fox boy! I didn't think you planned on sticking around. One ear perks up at the sound of my approach. I fear a free drink's a free drink, even if it tastes like stale rat piss. Didn't you say you wouldn't be caught dead slumming it in this shithole? Veer takes a delicate sip from his glass, but his tail thrashes below the bar. You've caught me red-handed. You've caught me red-handed. Piers stares at me over the rim of his glass. In the low light, his eyes glittered, jewel bright with amusement. However will you punish me? Excuse me? I figured my company's punishment enough for you. Grabs you back. Amazing. Veer's lips twitch and he smiles despite himself. I saw your little run-in with that gibbering imbecile. Quite the show. A muscle in my jaw flexes. Did you enjoy watching? I much prefer to be an active participant, but A's intervened before I could. I can't tell if he's disappointed because he didn't get to save me, or simply because he missed out on a fight. Next time I get jumped, I'll be sure it happens near you. Veer laughs softly under his breath. He rests his glass on the counter with a sharp clink. I did warn you, didn't I? He moves closer and I tense, my heart leaping in anticipation. But he only runs his hand up my arm to dust off debris, no doubt picked up from the floor, with a touch far gentler than I expected. About finding trouble? He murmurs under his breath while his fingers rub small circles into my shoulder. Ow. I whisper for fear of what my voice might do if I speak up. I can take care of myself. It comes out sharper than I intended. Fear lets me go with a sigh. So, did you come here to praise, or will a pet? So, did you come here for praise, or will a head pat suffice? I'll take a head pat. What about real explanations instead of vague ramblings about moths and fire? Fear scoffs. You could buy me a drink before insulting me. After the way you pounced on me, if anyone's owed a drink, it's me. Fear falls so uncharacteristically quiet that for a moment I fear I've crossed a line. Then he props his chin on his wrist. I don't think you understand how things work around here. Information is a luxury, one you flung carelessly aside. If you value your words, you'd have taken me seriously. Valued? I barely understand what you meant. I can't talk today. I gave you free advice, warned you of the danger you were in, and still you're prancing off to the sea spring. Small wonder the Solus didn't tear you to ribbons. My first impulse is to argue, but what he said doesn't sit well with me. How does he know what happened to me? How do you know where I went? How do you know I left Iridia? I have a very sensitive nose, remember? Right, how could I forget? Do you normally greet people by shoving your nose into their laps like an overeager dog? For a heartbeat, Fear's eyes grow wide and flat. Then he laughs under his breath. Only the ones I like. Fear trades his empty wine glass for the long-abandoned tumbler sweating on the counter beside him. Soft lumps of ice bob at the watery dregs of whiskey. The truth is, I despise most people. His eyes flicker over my shoulder and thin in when Leander's boisterous laughter erupts from the side of the bar. What about me? He looks me over with an agonizingly slow gaze. Finally, his lips quirk. You've piqued my curiosity. It's a start, or so I think until his eyes slide away and he turns back toward the bar. I've got no idea how I'm supposed to hold a conversation, much less get answers. I knew Veer wouldn't make it this easy for me, not when he clearly enjoys playing games. Are you going to tell me anything, or are you having too much fun? Let's out a short breath. This isn't a game to me. A lie. I'm close enough to catch the subtle bristle on his tail. If anyone's fooling around, it's you. People like us can't help but attract danger. Yet you seek it out. For what? Cheap thrills? I wasn't trying to get eaten by Soulless. There's something I'm looking for. And you think Min can help you? Leander? Are you really willing to risk your life with those idiots? What life? You've got no idea what I've gone through, or... Forget it. I start to rise, but something flicks against my ankle. Veer's tail. Oh, he's flicking us with his tail. Oh. It's little more than a brush, but enough to give me pause. His eyes, softer than before, search mine. They couldn't even begin to understand you. But I could. Fluffy! How do I know I can trust you? You don't. But I'm slightly less inclined to waste your time with empty flattery or insults than those two. Is what you desire really worth risking your life for? If you knew the kind of life I lived, you wouldn't be asking. Veer considers the condensation on his glass for a long moment before speaking again. Will you trust me? In the interest of everyone, I'm going to go with yes. Yes. I nod and he wards me with a small smile. For the demo, like, the true answer is no, but I want to see his reaction to a yes. Good. He raises his tumbler to me, then knocks the dregs back. Once finished, he wipes his mouth on the back of his hand. Let's talk. Outside. We could both use the fresh air. And then he stabs me. Or maybe he stabs me. Maybe I stab him. Choose with you. It's so cold the breeze cuts clean through my bandages, numbing my fingertips. But if the chill bothers Veer, he doesn't show it. He's not choosing to be teased. I like this tune that they've got going. This is nice. He lopes purposely down the street into an alley. This far from the wick, the bar's racket is a little more than an indistinct hum. The street is silent in the dead of night. A vague sense of unease falls over me. You had questions. Ask. Veer's breath mists. In the cold moonlight, his shadow stretches unnaturally along over the cobblestone street. Quickly, I've got a show to attend. Heavenly Luteus, as I'm sure I've mentioned. He looks down in his nose at me, effortlessly imperious. For a heartbeat, I'm reminded of the stark want that gleamed in his eyes when he touched me. If he weren't so pretty, I'd walk away. But I need answers, and I can't think of a better way than starting with people I met earlier. If Veer doesn't prove trustworthy, maybe one of them will. First, I ask about... And him, I will ask about... I'll ask him about Leander, and then Leander about Ace. What do you think about Leander? Oh, you're right. Actually, you know what? No. You're right. I want to see what he has to say about his fuck buddy. You're so right, actually. Just think, but then who am I going to ask Leander about? I guess Veer? Yeah. I'd like to know more about Ace. You two seem close. He made an impression, Not surprising. He's strong, ruthless, easy on the eyes. Oh, they so fucked! Gives it almost as well as he takes it, even if he's awfully greedy. Oh, they absolutely fucked! I mean, A's talking about him also let me know that they fucked. But this is just like, oh, so now we know that they are reverse. Good to know. Good to know. Hey, Olive. Big. Everywhere, really. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's canon. This, like, I'm not even saying, like, oh, it's canon. No, like, okay, they fucked. This is absolutely canon. There's no other way to interpret this. They fucked. Bit simple, but you know what they say about still waters. I don't, but I'm too distracted by the chain that's come over here to ask. A coy smile plays at his lips as he winds a finger around the chain dangling from his collar. I thought you didn't like most people. Ace isn't most people. He's better. Our eyes meet, and Veer's tender expression curdles. He makes a tiny sound of distaste in the back of his throat. He's more trouble than he's worth. Dangerous, too. Stay far away from him, and those red-eyed freaks if you value safety or sanity. He's mine. Back off, is what I'm hearing. Is that why you scolded me for going to Sea Spring? I really don't think Ace is as bad as you're saying. You don't know him. Not like I do. The corner of his lips twitches. Notes. I'm done asking about the people I met. And good thing, too. The longer I talk, the further Veer's attention strays. He keeps casting furtive glances down the street, his ears flicking at the distant sounds of what I can only interpret to be growing impatience. Am I boring you? Hardly. I thought we might discuss someone more interesting. You want to talk about yourself? No, I'm more interested in learning about you. That catches me off guard. What about me? Nothing worth having comes easy or cheap in this world. You're clearly set on this thing you've spoken of. Your very reason for being... Yet, have you considered what might happen should your struggles prove futile, if what you desire is beyond your grasp? I'll never stop looking. Then it's over for me. I'll never stop looking. I'll find what I'm looking for no matter what it takes. I won't give up. I can't. Even if you lose everything. Haven't you noticed? I haven't really got much to lose. To cling so tenaciously to a slim hope, how fascinating. Now, where were we? Oh yes, you had 2 questions left. 2? But you haven't explained anything! Then I suggest you make your last questions count. So much for being helpful, but I suppose that's just how information works in this exhausting city. Leander told me that the Cenobium imprisons people. Did he mean you? Leander's a moaning fool with a throbbing victim complex. A throbbing complex, you say? He loves to see himself as a savior, but the only difference between his cronies and the Cenobium stooges are the uniforms. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what surprises me more, the bluntness with which he speaks, or the venom lacing his ordinary silken voice. You're asking who when you should be asking why, says the asshole counting my questions. The look he throws me is infuriatingly self-satisfied. Fine. Why were you imprisoned? For the same reason Cenobium would snatch you away. I'm something special. Veer bows his head, gathering his hair in his hand and lifting it from his shoulders to bare his neck to me. Bare his neck? See this collar? I don't know where that voice came from. See this collar? Why can't I? I feel like I'm saying that word. Anyways, he cranes his neck, inviting me to lean closer. It looks remarkable, doesn't it? Unremarkable, doesn't it? I assumed that Veer's collar was a personal touch. On closer glance, thick, supple leather is molded to fit his neck snugly. But the large silver buckle seems to easy enough to pry open. Touch the collar. I reach forward to touch the buckle. Veer's hand lashes out. Long, slender fingers wrap around my wrist and flex, exerting just enough pressure to hint at how easily he could snap my bones. Don't you know better than to touch without asking? Can I please? Can I please? Our eyes meet, his thin with amusement. No, you may look, but don't touch. He lets go of my arm. I smooth down my bandages. I can't lose my composure again. By now, I'd fully expect Veer to walk away, but the fact that he's still here suggests he either forgot about his warning, or he was never counting my questions to begin with. Are you saying that's what'll happen if Snowman finds out I'm different? I'll be collared? Doubtful. They keep me around because I'm the best at what I do. And what exactly are you the best at? Killing. He says it carelessly, without hesitation. As long as I wear this collar, I'm made to hunt the Snowbeam's dizzying array of enemies. Monsters, soulless, noisy dissidents who grow overbold. I'm bound by their will until the day I die. That's awful. Fears murmurs in agreement. It is, isn't it? And that's all I have time for. I really must leave now. I'll be late. That's it. Why'd you bring me here if you weren't going to explain anything? He has the nerve to laugh. Isn't that obvious? I wanted to lure you out here so I could eat you. You're lying again. And you're asking far too many questions for someone with so much to hide. He glances pointedly at my hands, and I shove them deep into my cloak. What makes you think I'm hiding anything? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's the tough act, or the way you tense up at the slightest provocation. More likely it's the bandages. Not exactly subtle. I'll be going, unless you're willing to share some morsels with me. There's a biting edge to his playful tone. I can't tell you anything. Wrong. You can start with what you are. I take a step backward, but my back hits a wall as Veer follows me in lockstep. He rests his hands on the wall behind my head. Copy done! Caging me in. My back hits a wall. Veer reaches for me. His fingers curl under my chin and lift, forcing me to meet his lidded gaze. Would you believe me if I said that the eyes are windows to the soul? My eyelids twitch. Cliché, I know, but let me tell you a secret. Veer leans in until his lashes tickle my cheek and the warm, faintly spiced scent of his hair drowns out the stench of greasy cooking fires and chimney smoke. His eyes pin me down. There's nothing you can hide from me. His voice is so low, so supple I could slip into it. You poor thing, led astray by those you trusted most. You caused so much suffering unknowingly. I know that pain. I can help you forget it all. My heart hammers, my lungs burn as though each breath is being stolen away. How could he possibly know? This must be some kind of trick. But for once, Veer isn't smiling. All that suffering has made you so irresistible. The look on his face makes my blood run cold. I've seen it before. Traveling through the waste, lanterns would occasionally reveal carcasses picked clean by starving scavengers whose eyes shone in the dark with that insane ravenous hunger. Veer takes a shuddering breath. You're trembling. What if you and I went somewhere quieter? Alone. The game's saving me from myself! Part of me wants nothing more than let him take me. Surrender completely to him. It would be so easy. But I'm not about to give up now. They were just like, nope, 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 come back from the brink! You're late. The lutist. Veer blinks. His voice comes out soft and breathy. Shame. Eases back, and for what feels like the first time since he cornered me, I breathe. But my relief is short-lived. Nimble fingers trail down my jaw before tilting my chin up. His touch is feather-light and teasing, but my pulse still leaps. One last thing, pal. Spoken so softly that the pounding of my heart nearly drowns out his words. Call me a dog again, and I'll break you. Understood? His lips curve, but there's no humor in his voice. Yes. No, I'd be like, hey, don't threaten me with a good time, dog. Good. As soon as Veer releases me, I sink against the alley wall to catch my breath. He looks down on me. Let's get one thing straight. Excuse me, let's get one thing gay. It's Pride Month. I ate a monster 3 times your size for breakfast. 2, actually. The first tasted dreadful, like a fisherman's antique ashtray. But that's beside the point. You and I may be alike, but don't ever forget what I am, or what I do best. He smiles wide enough to flash his sharp white fangs, as much a warning as a smirk. The crash of shattering glass cuts through the air. I whip around to see a drunk stumble past the alley, leaving a trail of beer and broken glass in his wake. I glance back at Veer. But he's gone, vanished into the dark. I'm left in the deserted alley, trembling with a delirious mixture of exhaustion and excitement. Fuck! Only once my racing heartbeat slows do I make my way back toward the wick, guided by the distant sounds of reverie. Alright! And we've got, let me hit snooze a couple times so we can make sure we have the time we need, because we've got one more. It's the one that I know at least 2 of you have been waiting for. Time to have a little scene with Leander. Yet again, I find myself squeezing through a crowd to reach Leander. As the bartender leaves, Leander's expression falls with a spent sigh. He reaches over the counter to grab a bottle of black rum and skillfully pops it open for a swig. When he spots me, worry overtakes him. Pally, are you hurt? Leander's in front of me in a flash. Oh, never mind. It was like, Pally, are you hurt? There we go. That's better. Leander's in front of me in a flash, eyes searching for injuries. I can't help but let out a small laugh. Don't worry, I've dealt with worse. That's a relief to hear. Sort of. You know what they say. It's not a party without mayhem and violence. Is that what they say? He offers me the rum, and I politely decline. I'd rather not get into more trouble if I can help it. Oh, it's a fantastic demo. It's really good. I've really enjoyed it. I entirely recommend it to people. And I'm looking forward to doing Chapter 1 next week. Because that is available. I just need to join the Patreon, which I have no problem doing. Like $1 a month, I think. Right? He definitely does! Okay, thank you for confirming. Okay. Oh, do I what? Do who? Instead, I plop down on a bar stool, doing my best to ignore its stickiness from who knows what. He sits beside me, resting his arm on the counter's edge behind us. With how close our stools are, I feel encircled by his body. Need to join the Patreon? Oh, to, like, do Chapter 1? As far as I'm aware, yes. I haven't found it any, like... I wasn't sure if maybe they released it recently since they said that people can stream it now on Twitch. But I didn't see it posted by them anywhere. Obviously, I wouldn't... If they have it released exclusively... What? Hold on. What do you mean? Oh! You little devil. You little devil, you. Okay. Sorry, I hadn't checked my email in a while. I mean, to be fair, I've been streaming, so I don't check my email during my stream. Looks like we will be playing Chapter 1, no matter what. Oh, you can send this as a gift? Oh, that's good. That's good. I saw that it was gifted and like, okay, that makes me feel better about it. Because like one of the things I didn't want to, I wanted to make sure I was getting it through a way that was supported by the organization that, the studio that put this together. Because they've done a great job and I want to support them. But that, like, if you're allowed to give it as a gift, that's awesome. Thank you, Attack Poodle. Wait, where are you? Hold on. Before we continue. I should be doing with it, you know, but 1 second. I just need to do real quick. I need to. Oh, you guys are tiny, but that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Come here. Mwah! There you go. Aw, thanks. Thanks, Jack Poodle. You're so sweet. And as a thank you, I will continue with Leander because I know you're probably waiting. Even tell. All right. Tuesday, you haven't met everyone worth knowing. Aww. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. We have another stream sponsor. How are you finding Iridia so far? Not what I expected. I don't mind it. It's not what I expected. It's not what I expected. Supposedly Iridia is a sanctuary, but I've already been threatened, robbed, and almost killed several times. It's a wonder you're still standing. I give him a wry smile. I'm nothing if not resilient, like a cockroach. I'm roared with a warm laugh that draws the eyes of nearby adders. You're definitely not a roach. Unfortunately, I couldn't say for the others here tonight. I can say the same for the others here tonight. He glances towards the bar's back exit where A's had dragged the lowlife outside. There's a brief glimmer of amusement on his face before his attention is back on me. I'll keep a better eye on you. You deserve to enjoy everything that Iridia has to offer. I'd like that. This, okay, it definitely feels, I will say, with them, like, pairing off, sort of, like, pairing off Min and the Doctor and pairing off A's and Veer in a way, it does feel like he might be, like, I'm trying to think of a way to put this. The guy that they expect you to pick. Which I get it, he's the one that can touch you. And wait till the game is voiced and we can hear the official Leander laugh. Grips thigh. Yeah, like the default guy. I mean, it's a great default. I'd like that. Leander sips his rum and watches the crowd. Everyone seems invigorated by the free drinks on his tab. Yep, and 0 red flags. Have you at least gotten to try some Iridian cuisine? I had these fried dough sticks from a vendor near Karash's clinic. As soon as I begin describing a meal, Leander nods with recognition. The long lads from Wens? You have to try them with porridge. There's another stall a few blocks away that specializes in rosewater rice pudding. I can take you there sometime. Oh my god, he's such a Vati. He's like, let's get food! Zell, do you think that your affinity towards him may have to do with the fact that he's like, if one of your husbands and your other husbands had a baby together? Jokes on you, fucks the whole cast. You know what? When you write, you write. When you write, you write. That sounds delicious and expensive. Though I know Leander would insist on paying, despite I despise the thought of relying on handouts. Or I can take you there once I earn some money. I still owe you for the in-room. You don't owe me anything, Pally. Giving you a place to sleep isn't generosity. It's human decency. If there's anything I can do to help you feel safe, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, no, Zell, you just picked your two husbands smushed together. Some Emmett Silk eyes on Vati titties. No, she is not. She also has a thing for tanks. This is true. Everything says feels alien to me. The concept of human decency has long felt obsolete in this world, let alone someone actually caring for my safety. I stare at him, inspecting those clear emerald eyes for any hint of deception. Is there something on my face? I sigh and lean back. If only. Oh, what were you looking for? Deception. Honesty. 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 Whatever that looks like. You don't believe me? It's just that you're saying all the right things. I don't know. Maybe I'm just skeptical that someone like you could even exist. Leander's considered this for a moment, swirling the rum around in its bottle. He sets the rum back on the counter with a clink. The next thing I know, Leander carefully takes one of my hands in his. The leather is rough, but his warm arm seeps through. I can't change whatever happened in your past. Believe me, I would try if I could. But you're here now, and I'll do my best to help you. Oh my god, with the speeches! No! I'm grateful you're even giving me a chance at all. My gaze drops to my hand wrapped in his larger one. I remember how I felt yesterday. His smooth skin was electric to the touch. It's just funny. If you've seen what I've done, you might feel differently. He lifts my chin with the crook of his finger, forcing our eyes to lock once more. You're not dangerous, Pali. Trust me on that. My heart skips. Vati with clothes on! I feel trapped in the softness of his expression and the lightness of his touch. His eyes are captivating, like cut jewels peeking through long lashes. I don't get to admire them for long. Leander notices some adders watching us. Oh, he blushed! Look at him blush! He loudly clears his throat and pulls away. Well, maybe a little dangerous, considering I forget my manners when I'm with you. You sure have a way of capturing my attention. My face flushes. I also clear my throat and rack my brain for a response. Likewise. Likewise. I feel the same way, so I want to talk to you again. Later, her face softens. I wanted to talk to you too. I've been wondering, is it okay that you're spending time with me? Do you have work to do with the Adderstone or anything? I don't know how his group functions, but he sure likes to spend time at the Wetwick. Don't worry, there's plenty of work to do, but not tonight. Some days are slower than others. You came at the right time. I smile, comforted by the idea of having good luck for once in my life. Sorry I crashed your little party. I had no idea you all know each other. I had no idea you knew all of them. How did you manage to meet everyone so quickly? On the bar. Someone's read my Raha fanfic! Honestly, I don't know. It's been a whirlwind. I'm a little jealous. Part of me wants to keep you all to myself. For your own safety, of course. Everyone might seem nice, but half of them are monsters and the other half have their own faults. You sound like you know them really well. I do. Probably more than some of them realize. Are you curious about anyone? I'm here to tell you what I know. Veer, since we haven't heard about him today. What do you know about Veer? Leonard shakes his head slowly, his expression grave. He's a living example of the Cenobium's cruelty. Most days they keep him on a short leash. I'm surprised you met him. I feel bad for him. He must deserve it. No, I'm not gonna say that! Damn! I feel bad! I didn't know the Cenobium had prisoners. I feel bad for him. The Cenobium is an ode to false heroism and unethical practices, but Veer is by no means a model citizen. He's on that leash for the good of the people, but you don't want to know the rumors I've heard. Apparently he's done some reprehensible things. But if you hate the Cenobium, do you actually believe that? To love or hate the Cenobium is one thing. Take one look at Veer in combat, and you'll know he's better off in a cage. By the way, have you kept our little secret? Our secret? He wiggles his fingers at me. Oh, he means my curse. No one knows except you. Leander beams, his bright eyes crinkling at the corners. My heart flutters. I'm relieved to hear that. Let me know if you have some time to talk privately. I've already gathered some relevant information that you might be interested in. Ooh, he worked fast. Really? That was fast. One of the things of Crush. Well then, I guess someone's gonna have to play the demo! Because we are running low on time. I like to serve. Service top! It's barely been a full day. I don't know that Lander is flooded with the connections, but I wonder what he's been able to dig up so soon. Thank you. I don't know how to thank you. We can talk about what I found first. Then you can decide how to thank me. If you're not busy, we could go upstairs. Oh! It's hard for me to hide my eagerness, or maybe it's desperation, at any new knowledge about my curse. My response comes out swiftly. I'm not busy. He really is just about. He's magical clothes Vati. Or Sir's Vata drags away. Leander gets to his feet, accessories jingling with each movement. After you. Oh my god, we're already going to our bedroom with him. They really are selling this guy hard. Only after we enter my inner do I start to overthink the situation. The room is a little more than a dark box with a bed in the middle, which I forgot to make. Well, I didn't forget, I just never expected to have guests. Aw, thank you for the beds! Thank you for the beds! Yet, here I am, next to Leander, alone. Leander locks the door behind us. Peace and quiet. Except for the ongoing buzz of the bar right beneath us and suspicious thuds from nearby rooms. Leander moves with familiarity through the space. With a flick of his fingers, the sconces light up on the wall. He makes spell look so effortless. Bang! Bang! Dim amber light washes over us. He flops onto the edge of the disheveled, squeaky bed. I shift awkwardly. The chair looks far too rickety, so my only option would be to sit beside him. My heart hitches at the thought. Is something wrong? I shake my head, quickly waving my hands back and forth. No, nothing's wrong. Leander squints his eyes at me. You seem uncomfortable. A long silence later, but licks his tongue. Shit, I am so inconsiderate. This is your private space now, isn't it? I shouldn't be barging in here like this. No, that's not... I'm sorry, Pally. You've been through so much the past couple of days. We can talk about this tomorrow. You should rest. Panic wells in my chest after everything he's done for me. I can't shut him out. What if there's no tomorrow? No! When he moves to stand, I rush forward without thinking. I plant my hands firmly on his shoulder and recede him on the bed. Oh! I'm above him now, staring down into his wide green eyes with barely a breath of air between us. I didn't think this far ahead. I didn't think at all. Instead, I forced out the only words on my mind. Don't leave. Please. Ellie. You're afraid. My fingers tremble. I'm about to pull away when Leander catches both my wrists in his hands. Oh, damn. He just... Oh my god. He's Vati has a bottom! Or maybe he's just like Vati, but a verse. He guides my hands back to his broad shoulders, my palms resting firmly against him. He's a verse like Vati. Maybe, that's what I meant. I won't leave you, Pally. Just magical clothed Vati. Tears sting at the back of my eyes. I want so badly to believe those words. I try to muster as much strength as possible so my voice isn't a croak. Do you promise? I promise. What if I'm paranoid about you being too nice to me? Then I'll keep being nice until you get used to it. Oh my god! I'm sorry! I'm just getting so hit with the whiplash! It's my boy! It's my son! These are all things he has said! It's insane! I won't leave you, and you won't leave me. His thumbs draw a circle inside of my wrists, grounding me. You have something I've never seen before. Your curse is strong, yet you're stronger. The way you're able to contain it. It's fascinating, and well, it's a little embarrassing. His voice lowers to a whisper. But I haven't been able to stop thinking about you. Damn, they're just going right into it. Damn! I stare at him blankly, my brain refusing to process his words. What did you say? Like my voice is going high. Excuse me? He yells into phone. What? Who said that? Nothing. I mean, no one. Just forget I said anything. I mean, I didn't say anything. Am I dreaming? This feels like a dream. The air is dismally hot, and I'm trying to keep up with what's happening, but Leander continues anyway. I may be getting carried away with this. It's not every day I find something that truly challenges me. But I'll do everything on your terms at your own pace. Anything you want, Pally. Oh my god. My chest feels like it's about to burst. This man is going to be the death of me. For you guys. Touch his hands. Take a deep breath and steady before I speak. I can't deny what I want. It must be obvious to Leander, too. Big puppy dog of man. Can we do it again? Can we do it again? He chuckles lightly, and I feel his breath brush against my cheeks. I haven't been this close to someone in a long time. I was hoping you'd ask. Can we hold hands? Oh, the scandal! He slides his hands from my wrists to my palms and gently brings them down between us. My breath hitches in anticipation. Slowly begins unwinding the bandages, stopping occasionally to glance at me. I don't take my eyes off him. He tugs one of his gloves off with his teeth. The muscles in his forearms tighten when he flexes his freed fingers. Whenever you want a taste of normalcy, I'll always be here for you. Our eyes meet and Leander offers his hand again. A lump forms in my throat. I reach out, allowing the tips of my fingers to glide along the lines of his palm. Oh, I know you are, honey. He shudders with a nervous laugh. That tickles. Fun fact about Vati, that this is what bringing up things for me, is that he also has a bit of a fixation on hands, of like how he like he's constantly like rubbing circles on people's hands or like kissing the palm or stuff like that. It's just what he does. That tickles. I twine our fingers together and give an experimental squeeze. Oh no! The commercial's coming! I'm gonna try to finish this up as quickly as I can, but we're probably gonna go a little long, but that's okay! We're already long. Nice, isn't it? Yeah. I've done this once already, but it still makes me lightheaded. I'm not sure I'll ever get used to this. And yet, I want to be even closer. We're already here, alone in this dark room. On the edge of the bed. Oh my god, the commercial! We're racing! We're racing! A sharp gasp escapes me and I quickly pull away. I can't let this get out of hand. Are you alright? I can barely hear him over the thundering heartbeat. I nod, clumsily wrapping my hands with the bandages. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I think I'm just getting a little overwhelmed. He gives me a faint smile. That's cute. Luckily, we're already in your room. I'll get out of here and let you get some rest. I let a breathless laugh at that. Leander rises and tugs his gloves back on. Thanks, Leander. Thanks for everything. He gives me one last sweet smile, accompanied by a wink. Good night, Pally. Night. Long after he departs, I still feel the warmth of his skin on mine, burning through bandages. I'm going to have a hard time sleeping tonight. A feeling nags at the back of my drowsy mind. I'm forgetting something really important. Shit! The ad's on! Wait, didn't Leander say he had some information for me? There we go. Okay, we finished. We finished. We'll have our little outro as soon as the ads are done. Okay. Stay safe out there, my Boon Goons, and I will see you next time. Buck ice and let's raid.